What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What up?
Tell somebody's been drinking.
I know, right? I wonder why. I'm just kidding. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to No Rules, Just Sports, your favorite uncensored, unbiased, unfiltered sports podcast in land. We got your boys, controlling behind the scenes, all of our media in the background. We appreciate you, my man, controlling all these amazing graphics, transitions, everything you see here on the screen is all controlled by E. So big shout out to our boy E here. Got Benji tonight. Ben, what's going on, man?
What up, dude? How you doing, Matty?
Man, living the dream, man. Living it one day at a time.
How was your weekend?
Oh, not bad. Went saw some spring training, of course, here in the beautiful state of Florida. That's what you do on the weekends when spring
Question
training
is, did you make TV time again?
I did not make TV this weekend. Very shocking.
Damn.
I didn't make TV.
You did not make TV this weekend?
I haven't watched any replays, but as far as I'm aware, there was no big plays in front of me, so I didn't make TV this weekend.
Damn.
So it's all good. No, you know what? It's all good. That is perfectly, I'm fine with it. I think I've been blessed with more enough TV time. So yeah, exactly.
I've been blessed with plenty of TV time.
Oh yeah, I think we all have. So but yeah, spent Saturday. I went to 2 spring training games. Saw the Rays spring training camp down in Port Charlotte. By the way, done a very nice job after Hurricane Ian a couple years back. Then
it's always been nice down there, man.
Yeah, very, very basic. What you expect for spring training. Not too huge of a crowd. It only holds about 7,000 people. And then whatever, I just went up the road to Northport, where the Braves have spring training. Again, another great facility, but you can see that the Braves have put a lot of money into that spring training facility.
Sweet.
And then Sunday went to see my Yankees up in Tampa, and just watched a lot of really good baseball, and it's a very exciting weekend. I know we had the bunch of the conference championships, so we'll definitely get to that once we get to our segment, our college basketball segment. Very exciting times happening here. So without further ado, we're gonna start with hockey tonight. We skipped out on hockey last week, but yeah, let's get into it. Let's hit the rink. All right, we are getting into our NHL segment here. Ben, if you want to go ahead and start with the Eastern Conference standings, it's starting to get tight here. We're starting to get into the teens with the amount of games being left played here. So
yes, sir. So it is go time for everybody in the NHL. Currently in the Eastern Conference, going to start off in the Atlantic Division. The Florida Panthers are leading. They currently have 85 points in the division. However, they're currently on a 2-game losing streak. In second, just behind my boys, the Tampa Bay Lightning, currently have 81 points. They did get a nice little bounce back after having a 2-game mini losing streak against they ended up bouncing back against Boston on Saturday. So hopefully, what up, Deuce? How you doing? Hopefully,
miss you, bro.
we continue to roll on and continue to look and play hot as we go into the playoffs. Toronto Maple Leafs are currently in third, tied at 81 as well on a 2-game losing streak themselves. It's really going to be a very tight Atlantic Division going into the playoffs. So going to be very interesting to see who's going to be in the wild card. It's going to be a great time. So enjoy it. Number 4, the Ottawa Senators at 77 points.
They've had a great comeback. Yes, sir. Stand guard. Hey, Deuce remembers. Oh man,
let's go.
Those were the good old times, Deuce.
Absolutely. But yeah, they're on a 6-game winning streak. Ottawa's on a fucking heater right now, man. They're playing great.
I'd look out for them in the
7-2-1. They are dangerous. This year. Like, don't mess with them. Don't. don't take them lightly. If you have to play them, they're going to be tough. And then running up the top 5 in the Atlantic, Montreal, 71 points. They've won 1 game so far in their streak. So they're looking
same here,
for what they are. They're 50-50, up and down, whatnot.
Same.
So they're looking pretty good. And then in the Metropolitan, we'll go ahead and we will get to the NHL. Not the NHL points leader, but actually just behind the Washington Capitals. Ovi and company are currently leading the Metropolitan with 96 points.
I mean, they're
Carolina
just running away with
Hurricanes,
it.
86 points in second. 7-game winning streak, though. So, look, the Hurricanes are dangerous as well, too. Carolina, not an easy place to play up in Raleigh. It is going to be very difficult for any opponent to play them in the playoffs.
So, but their issue isn't come playoff time. They can't finish games.
Right.
Can't finish series. So that's a big issue they've been running into all these several years.
Yeah, it is definitely a big issue with them is, finishing. But they are on a hot streak right now. So if they're able to keep this momentum come playoff time, they are going to be dangerous. Deuce? Oh, okay. Appreciate that shit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got the tie on. It's St. Patty's Day, man. I needed something green.
That's right. But I forgot during my intro. I totally forgot. For those of you guys who celebrate, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Make sure you drink as well, too. Enjoy your drinks, all right?
Well, I can't drink. I got to fly tomorrow.
I understand. Unless if you are under FAA or if you cannot drink. So, salute you.
Absolutely. That's what I said. For those who celebrate, happy St. Patrick's Day. Shout out my boys in Ireland.
Hell
the
yeah.
lads.
The lads. New Jersey Devils are in third, 78 points. They're 5-5 right now in their last 10. The Devils, they're just... I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they're okay. They're okay. They're struggling to the finish line. They're okay. Do they scare me?
Who the Devils?
Yeah, New Jersey Devils do not scare me.
They're exciting to watch. They're fun to watch, though. They're a fun group of guys to watch.
I just fuck with that.
They are fun.
Yeah.
But nah. I'm it's all right. So, and then the New York Rangers, number 4, 72 points. They're 4-4-2. I mean, they're having to play in shootouts or overtime lately.
Hey, you know what? If it gets them a win in the W column, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yep.
And then number 5, the Columbus Blue Jackets, 70 points on a 3-game skid. It's not looking good for you guys. Y'all got to start winning. Y'all got to start winning right now because otherwise it's not going to happen.
They're outside looking in right now. They're about 2 points out of it right now, and they got Montreal ahead. So
yeah. So you are 1 point behind Montreal.
Which Montreal does not deserve to get in there.
Yeah. We sure about that?
Absolutely.
Yo, what up, Nicole?
Ooh.
How you doing?
Ooh.
Wait, you have tickets to see Ovechkin pass Gretzky? Maybe. Maybe. Shout out to Nicole. That's one of my coworkers at work. Really appreciate you hopping in.
Where at? Here in Tampa? Or there in Tampa?
Oh, she actually works in Ohio. So she is one of the work homies. So appreciate you, Nicole, jumping on the stream. Let's go ahead and let's get to the Western Conference. Maddie, take it away.
All right, looking at the Western Conference, no shocker there. Winnipeg's is leading the Western Conference. They're leading the Central Division. 98 points, 47-17, and 4 overall. Again, I'm really excited. They've had such a great season. And I really think that, that fan base deserves a championship. So I think it's time for someone else. So we'll see come Stanley Cup playoff time. Dallas Stars, thank God Dallas has such a good team right now in their city. Dallas is second in the Central, 42-21-3 overall. 80. It is indeed. So, but good for the Dallas Stars. You know what? Good for them. Colorado in third place, 85 points with a 41-24-3 overall record. And in dead last in the Central, you got the Chicago Blackhawks, who are in pretty much the prime of their rebuild right now. Many thought that, okay, this might have been a promising season, but this is definitely not it for Chicago. 20-38-9, 49 points overall. They are scraping the bottom. Moving on to the Pacific, Vegas Golden Knights still remain on top of the Pacific, 39-20-8, 86 points overall. They always have very exciting playoff runs. We'll see if they can make it to back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. So we'll see what happens. Edmonton, not too far behind with 82 points, 39-24-4. LA Kings in third with 36-20-9 overall record. 81 points overall, and they are on a 5-game win streak. So things are looking good up in Los Angeles. Dead last, who have been eliminated in the Pacific, the San Jose Sharks, but everyone pretty much predicted that. 18-41-9 with a total of 45 points. So
where are your Ducks?
Ducks are, you know what? Ducks are, they can't really decide what they want to do. They put some fight in. They want to fight for a couple days. They want to fight for a playoff spot. A couple days they're just like, all right, fuck it. I guess we're done. So they really can't decide what they want to do. Kind of looking at the wild card right now. They're currently, they're pretty deep back in the wild card. They're still 8 points out of a wild card. So that's a far stretch. And it didn't help. It didn't really help last week. They lost 2 games. Back to back, they lost to Washington 7-4, and then they traveled to Utah and lost a nail biter 3-2. So that really did not help their case.
Yeah,
and it's not good. So it's okay. Things are looking promising for next season. I've just definitely seen a lot of improvement and lots of exciting hockey that I have not seen in this team in quite a few years now. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. And just got they got to figure out their free agency situation. They got to get some good players in there.
Yeah, I agree. They're looking horrible in free agency right now. They definitely got to get some pieces locked in at some point. At this point, you know what? I would just start looking at what you got in the AHL, or maybe even in the ECHL.
Which is not good.
If it's not good right now, try to make some trades for some good prospects. If you don't have any prospects at all, see what you can scrounge up at the NHL level, send down to the AHL or ECHL, and then just try to get prospects. I
did read something. Excuse me, the other day, that Anaheim apparently has the toughest front office to work with. So that probably also doesn't help our free agency, skedaddle.
Did they say why? What was the issues?
It's just very hard negotiating, and I don't know. They're just not very. I don't want to say friendly, but it's just really they're very tough negotiators in the Anaheim front office. So that's what's kind of scaring a lot of players. Not scaring them off, but it's just really what are making players unattracted to come to Anaheim.
Yeah. So anyways, let's get to the big story that's going on in the NHL. Ovi, I don't know if we got a video of his most recent goal.
My God.
Ovi, 8 away
from breaking.
Do you have that?
I don't think I do, but I can definitely find it.
I'll grab
it.
Yeah,
it was a great. It was an excellent goal.
It was 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I got
on Saturday.
Right I got it right here. Just
Absolutely.
for y'all.
Let's see it.
Little sherry. Hold on. Why is? Oh, that's why. That's interesting. There we go. Y'all can see it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Let's see. There's no volume though. I mean, maybe you don't really need volume. Look at that.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's just absolutely nasty.
Yeah,
little tip in, stand in front of the net, just tip it in.
So he is currently sitting at 887 goals, and like Benji said, he is about 8 goals away.
He is 8 goals away at the moment from being able to break the record. Currently, what Nicole said,
he said doesn't count. Hey, a goal is a goal. When you're chasing a record, a goal is a goal, man. He should have got 4 then.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was gonna say he should have at least had a hat trick.
Anyways, bring up Nicole's message about her first comment where it says, "I have tickets." So Nicole is from Ohio, Cincinnati. She is going to be heading over to Columbus to see whether or not Ovi is going to be able to break Gretzky's all-time record. That's going to be absolutely amazing if he does break that record in Columbus. To be able to see that ticket is going to be the hottest ticket in the NHL that weekend. You're probably going to have people that travel. You're going to see a bunch of people just come from far and wide, just be able to see this dude break this record that honestly nobody ever thought.
Well, he's got a lot of work to do. 8 goals is nothing you can. 8 goals is nothing you can do. It's like that.
Because I live in Maryland. I could go to Capitals games all the time. I just have not made it, and it's I probably will regret it. I'll probably regret it one day, but I just haven't had the chance.
When's the last? So you've never been to a Caps game?
No, and that's the thing. We talk about it all the time, and I just never make it there. It's still a drive, regardless of it. It's still a drive.
Oh, that's awesome, Clayton, delivering free tickets to y'all. That's freaking awesome.
That's pretty clutch.
Free tickets from Clayton's customers. That's freaking awesome. Shout out to everybody that works in the service industry, in the car industry specifically. Y'all deserve the tickets. Absolutely. 100%. They deserve it. My brother has worked in the car industry for a long time. Absolutely deserves, every little gift that he gets because he works his ass off. So anyways, taking a look at the schedule for the Washington Capitals upcoming, they got Detroit, Philly, and Florida at home.
You haven't been to Cap 1? That's crazy. We live Sean and I used to live, we used to live minutes apart, and I'm about 2 hours from DC. My parents live.
I'm about 2.5.
2.5.
I'm not far.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that I work with go to a lot of Caps games. We have a lot of
Caps
fans that I work with, and we've always talked about making it a after work trip or something. Man, it just never happens.
Gotta go, man. Hey, listen, any hockey game, go
Raleigh.
To
you know what?
Time.
You know what, Sean? I think I mentioned this before. I do like Raleigh. Going to a Hurricanes game is much better than a Caps game. Sorry, but
but yeah. Taking a look at the upcoming schedule.
Just say you're jealous. It's fine. Just say you're jealous. It's cool.
But yeah, taking a look at the upcoming schedule, we got Detroit, Philly, and Florida for the Capitals, all at home. It's going to be easy for them, especially against Philadelphia and possibly against Detroit as well.
You said it's going to be hard with Philadelphia?
They're playing at home versus Detroit and versus Philadelphia in Washington. In DC,
you said that's going to be hard against Philadelphia, though.
No, it's going to be easy.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's going to be easy. Philadelphia. Tortorella is struggling. It's a John Tortorella-led team. We know how they are. If they're not really good, they're going to look really shitty.
I wouldn't sleep on Detroit. I would not sleep on Detroit. Detroit is they're showing something now. I know they're outside looking in, but they are.
But I think it's going to be another year for Detroit. And personally, I just don't think Detroit. You're not going to be able to defend well against Ovi. If Ovi gets off, let's just say 10 shots and they're 8 really good shots, take those 8 shots that are really, really good, you're going to at least see 2 of them go in. So,
and the other thing too is that Detroit's having a lot of goalie issues.
Yeah. So
that could be. I mean, that's great way to gain some ground right there.
Yeah. So and then the 25th and 27th they're on the road, going to Winnipeg, going to Minnesota. Winnipeg going to be arguably the toughest test of the year for the Capitals.
That right there might be a Stanley Cup potential matchup. So that's definitely going to be a game to watch.
I mean, the Winnipeg Jets, they've never won the Cup, have they?
Nope.
Yeah. So, I mean, Winnipeg is hungry. They are very hungry. They want that first Cup. So, by all means, go get it. And then Minnesota, I mean, if we take a look at the standings real quick, Minnesota is right at the top of the wild card. That's going to be a tough matchup as well, too, because the West, overall, the Western Conference is typically like a little bit worse than the Eastern Conference, especially this year.
I mean, the West is pretty much set right now. There's going to be no movement.
But what I mean is that the strength between the two conferences, I would lean more towards the East than the West anytime. And then finally, taking a look at Buffalo, at home against Buffalo, and then you go Boston and Carolina, and back for Chicago, and then at New York Islanders, and then the Carolina Hurricanes, all the way down to the state. Bring up one more time. I have tickets to see Ovechkin pass Gretzky, April 12th, Columbus, 12:30 p.m. on ABC. That is going to be an absolute matchup if it is the game where OV breaks the record. Nicole, enjoy yourself. It'll be a great freaking time. Time of the life.
That's if he hasn't broken the record already.
Yeah.
And he probably won't. So he's got.
All right, mark your word. It's a 7:55 p.m. Eastern here on March 17th, 2025.
All right, if he breaks it beforehand, I'm flipping.
Absolutely.
Clip it.
Absolutely. Hey, real quick.
It is tough to get goals, though. You know, I mean, it's not like it's 8 points in basketball. You know, it's definitely a challenge.
It is. But I mean, they're professionals, so they always figure out a way.
Quick little score update, by the way, for everybody in the NHL. Tampa Bay Lightning up at the end of the first, 1-0 against the Flyers. Matty, who else is playing?
You got the Boston Bruins taking on Buffalo tonight. They are currently, but Boston's leading 2-1 at the end of the first. Let's see. Devils and Blue Jackets are tied up at 0 at the end of the first as well. And just kicking off, the Maple Leafs are hosting the Calgary Flames. Currently, Toronto leads 1-0. And then a little later tonight, or this evening, actually just getting about to get started here, LA is visiting Minnesota. That's actually a really good game. 8 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Central Time. So, yeah, we'll see that here coming here shortly.
Cool.
Let's see. I can't wait to double team for the rest of the season. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
It's going to be absolutely tough, but I think that he'll.
It's going to be great to watch. I mean, it's definitely. It's definitely going to be. It's definitely going to be. You know, you got to keep your eye on it for the rest of the season.
Yep. Let's see if he can get to 900. But, anyways, I think that wraps it up for the NHL. Matt, where do you want to go next?
Yeah, let's hit the field. We got some. I know we talked about some spring training here. Let's hit some baseball real quick. We got something special coming tomorrow.
Now that baseball is kicking off, it's time for a revamp. We're gonna have a new video next week.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Can't wait. Does that include my face?
Now we have to include, other baseball guys. So we gotta do something a little different.
Oh yeah, can't wait. The music though, I do mess with the music. Little song right there, but
what you got? What you got? The Stevie Wonders on? What are you trying to share there, Ben?
Stevie Wonder.
That's funny.
But, I didn't realize I was still on. I'm sorry.
We are officially 1 week, about a week and a half away from the official opening day. However, tomorrow we do have our first matchup of the regular season. We have the reigning champion, and it pains me to say this, LA Dodgers. They're over in Tokyo taking on the Chicago Cubs. And talk about a great pitching matchup tomorrow. By the way, it's going to be it starts tomorrow at 6:10 a.m. Eastern time. So in Los Angeles, it's going to be about 3:10 in the morning is when the game starts.
So why don't they do like what the NFL does? Why don't they do a World Series rematch for the opening?
So, well, they'll definitely host the. They won't do a rematch, but they'll host they'll put one of the championship on that opening weekend, or champion on that opening kind of.
I was just curious why they didn't do because I know like the NFL makes it like they like doing that shit, like the rematch of this league. That's how they kind of open the season. So I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know the Dodgers and the Yankees do play in the last weekend of May or the first weekend of June. I know that. So that's gonna be a hot ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I'm not really exactly sure why.
Yeah, I feel like that's like people like to see that. Like, can my team get their revenge? You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of them things where I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely you're definitely right. But yeah, for the Dodgers and Cubs, again 6:10 a.m. Eastern time start. If you're in Los Angeles, it's gonna be a 3:10 a.m. start. Cubs have Japanese players, so
they absolutely
makes sense. Speaking
of, you have two of Japan's greatest going at it tomorrow. You have Yamamoto pitching for the Dodgers. He's getting the nod for opening day, and then you got Shota Imanaga for the Cubs. So two legends right there, Japanese legends.
It's going to be a huge homecoming for them. Everybody in Japan is going to be out there.
Correct. Yankees do not have any Japanese players. The last Japanese player they had was, I'm pretty sure it was Ichiro. No, that wasn't Ichiro. Tanaka was after that, but it's been a while since the Yankees have kind of branched out to any Japanese players.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking for. I might set an alarm. I might set my alarm tomorrow morning, and we'll get up early and watch a little bit of it.
I also got something to share with y'all that is not necessarily Japan game related. So Stu decided to come out, had the team president go out and make an announcement that, hey, guess what? If you can pull up the announcement, they have canceled the stadium plan in St. Pete.
That's
again.
That sucks.
Again. How many times are we going to do this?
Because Stu can't make up his mind.
Stu can't make up his mind. At this point, listen, if y'all don't want to be here, then we'll just get the next expansion franchise. If y'all really don't want to be here, because this is ridiculous. We are one of the fastest growing areas in the nation. I know that we struggle to put asses in seats in St. Pete. At this point, it's wrong. It's just the wrong place for it. As much as I love going to St. Pete, it's the wrong place for it. Sadly enough, it's gotta come over here to Tampa. I just like to go to different parts of the Bay Area because I enjoy my area. I enjoy where I'm from. I love going to different parts. Huh?
I said you like Ybor City.
Yeah, Ybor City is a great time actually during the weekdays. Yeah, you can get lunch and everything. I take the trolley from work over on the weekdays during lunch hour. I go grab lunch and then I come on back. It's a great freaking time. I don't have to drive my car anywhere necessarily in downtown. It's freaking sweet, actually. Okay. So, and then also all the roosters in Ybor, freaking awesome. They just
running around like crazy.
They just run around like crazy. It's a great freaking time. People are saying that the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County wants to get in on this and build a new stadium. I mean, by all means, if they want to, more than welcome to at this point. It's not really going to matter to me. As long as the team stays, that's going to be great. Tropicana Field, that is what it looks like after Hurricane Milton. It is currently being worked on by the city of St. Petersburg in order to have it fully returned to operational status. Yes. Hopefully, it should be ready to go by opening day 2026. At this point, right now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of wire dredging. They have to get the roof fixed. They have to make sure that The concourses are dried out. The field turf gets replaced. All new clay goes in. Got a bunch of different things like, electrical systems, wiring,
speakers,
any pipes I could blow, speakers. Yeah. I mean, we're talking video equipment, audio equipment, security systems. They all got to be fixed. And I'm pretty sure at City of St. Petersburg is tired of having cops out there. The mayor just publicly said that he doesn't want to work with anybody from the Rays organization anymore after what they just did. So where they agree to an agreement, where they go ahead and agree to it, and then ultimately it gets signed and then they walk away just because they say that, oh, it wasn't signed perfectly or it wasn't signed in time. Well, sorry. I mean, you have a public emergency. I know that is supposed to be signed, but I mean, at this point, might as well just stay in and just get investors to buy parts of the franchise to be able to fund the stadium. Just do that.
Right. But
it is what it is. That's my rant.
I want for all y'all in the community, we appreciate. By the way, we appreciate you guys. If you guys are on TikTok, make sure you're double tapping the screen. Make sure you are hitting that follow button. Appreciate you guys. For the regulars watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, we appreciate you guys. Also, make sure you are hitting that like button, following all of our pages. We are live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So we appreciate all of y'all in the community interacting with us. Doesn't take just us three, and also Coach and Damien, who could not make it tonight. It's all the y'all in the community that interact with us that make this page possible. So we appreciate you guys. If you're in here, I want to hear you. I want to hear. Let's get some interaction going. Absolutely. What is y'all's favorite ballpark food? Could be basic. Could be your basic hot dog. Could be could be a popcorn. Could be something unique. So I want to hear what everyone thinks.
Does it have to be food? Because
obviously
beer.
Yeah, of course. I would assume the common answer would be beer, right?
A good fucking $25 beer. Like fuck. Beer. You go there with a fucking whole paycheck and get a buzz. Like
that's what I'm saying.
What the hell, bro?
Nowadays, but it's crazy.
But I mean, really, I guess it really just depends. It depends on what stadium you go to. I mean,
what's more? What's usually a go-to if you go to any stadium? Maybe that's a better question.
I just keep it simple.
Oh, for me, man, I love. So this is the thing. Like, I don't really drink too much anymore. Although I love.
It's a fat lie.
No, well, I mean,
That's a fat lie.
I'm not drinking like I'm 21, 22 years old. I'm 31 now, so I mean, I gotta at least level it
man,
off.
He's over here,
I got things to do, man. I got things to do.
E over here just shut the hell up.
Do we have that beer clip?
And then John Carlos crushes it.
Yeah.
Sean, you know what's crazy? I think no, I was not at that game. I was watching it live, and it was funny. Crazy enough, that was not a game I was at. Happened last spring training.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say a good hot dog and a good beer.
But I'm not a glizzy person. Man.
Me neither.
I love glizzies.
I bet you do.
You can clip it.
I bet you do. Seem like the mother type of motherfucking guy who, yeah.
He said you were 100% at that game.
1,000%.
Was I? No way.
Reds 3-2. Oh, yes. The 3-2 $1 night. That is what? $3 beer, $2 hot dog, $1 ice cream. Is that right, Nicole? Did I get it right?
Nats do $2 hot dog night. That's pretty good.
Damn.
$2 hot dog. Fucking hot dog person, man.
It's too boring.
Listen. Bring up Nicole's. So, Nicole, where she says $3, $2, $1. So the Reds do if I got this right, it's $3 beers, yes. $2 hot dogs, $1 ice cream. Listen, if it's Friday and I don't have my car with me and I'm visiting Cincinnati, I'm probably just gonna like buy 5 $3 beers and just have a great time.
So why not, right?
Absolute great time.
That's only $3. I'm getting more than 5.
Well, I'm starting out with 5 for at least the first few innings.
I'm killing a 12. I'm killing a 12 pack at that point.
You killing a 12 pack?
No, you gotta understand. Like the last game I went to, the last live game, which is crazy. It's been that long ago. I went to the Commanders Vikings game. Like I said, it was all purple in that bitch. It was like a home game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wild. I was lit by halftime, bro. I was tanked.
That trash stadium. That trash stadium.
It was great. I just had a great time.
Everything's
I got a lot of money, but it was great.
How is that stadium?
Trash.
It's not. It's
trash.
It's a stadium.
It's not that bad.
It's fucking trash. I don't care what you say. And it's not because I hate Washington. It's not. Yes, I hate Washington.
I get to see my team play there, so it's great for me.
Hey, I mean, if you get to see
if I had to pick which one I like, I would rather go to M&T.
Oh, 100%.
If I had to pick between the two,
I'd rather go bankrupt going to Baltimore than having to spend money at Northwest Field.
I don't think it's a bad stadium.
I think the worst stadium that I've been to was the Orange Bowl, or not the Orange.
What, Hard Rock?
Orange Bowl, the Citrus Bowl in Orlando for any event.
What, Camping World?
Yeah, pre-renovation. So about 15 years ago, 20 years ago, the city of Orlando started to plan out renovations for the Citrus Bowl. And at the time, the Citrus Bowl was like built in the 1930s. It was all bleachers. There were no escalators or anything. You had to walk up like the circular thing and just walk up a bunch of stairs, kind of like how it is now.
Walking's good for you. That's why.
Yeah, walking's good for you. But what I'm saying is, though, is that it was cramped. The seats were cramped. You had like basically like leaks, like the roof leaked underneath the main concourse.
So does Northwest Field.
The press box looked like it was about to fall off. I mean, literally looked like it was going to fall off, especially because they hosted monster trucks in there at the time, which they still do to this day. But they ended up rebuilding the lower bowl, I think, back in like 2010.
Yeah, I think it was after UCF left.
Yeah, it looks nice now, but I mean that is probably the worst, ugliest stadium I've ever been to. Tampa Stadium, though.
Don't make fun of Guardians' old home. That's home to me.
Well, I'm talking about their pre-renovated home.
Renovations. I got you.
He said it's home to me.
It is home. That's where I met Ben. That's where Ben and I met.
Yeah, that is where we met.
Yeah.
Shit.
Without the Guardians, we wouldn't be here right now. Ben would not be here. Right
I mean, the Guardians kind of birthed all of it. Yes. I came on after.
It did.
You're absolutely right. We would not be here right now without the Orlando Guardians. So you can thank the XFL gods.
Shout out Orlando Guardians right there.
Absolutely. Stand guard, baby.
Appreciate y'all. Stand guard.
DC Defenders, baby.
All right.
Y'all beat us that year, though.
That was such a I remember that.
Undefeated. And y'all want to come in and be.
I remember that DC, game clear as day.
Be rude as fuck.
Yo, DC had some of the craziest fucking fans. I wanted to go to a game out there just because of how fucking wild it looked.
When we threw lemons on the field,
get out of here, bro.
Wild. Bro.
Pause the law. Get out of here, bro.
Shut up.
We threw lemons on the field and do the whole game off. That was wild, dude.
That was insane. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, we did. I wanted to go to one of them games so damn bad, and they were so cheap. Yeah, I just wanted to be part of the beer snake, and I wanted that shit was fun, man.
Yeah.
Taylor Hine. Okay, all right, that makes sense. So, fun fact, I think I told Ben this. I was originally a DC Defender fan. Because that's when the XFL was started in DC. So I went to the very first ever game in DC, and I also went to the last ever game before they shut it down for COVID.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
And then he moved here to Florida.
Yep. That's right.
Over in Orlando. And then I met him at the first Guardians game.
Yeah, we met him. You're about to take your ass to a game?
To the south.
To the south?
Cold weather in the winter.
Come on over, man.
Yeah, we got space.
Come on over.
I'm tired of cold winters. I'm getting too old for that shit now.
I don't blame you. So come on over. Nicole, I know that I know that it's always freezing up there. What, y'all gotta deal with like minus 10, minus 20 degrees sometimes in Cincinnati. Fuck all that.
This is bad enough hitting
Come to Florida. Man. Come work in the Tampa office, Nicole. Come through. So
sorry. So going back to our debate. Speaking of Cincinnati, I had one of the best like pork loin like sandwiches ever. Had like pork loin. There was like shredded like pork loin on it. Had pickled red onions and this really good like house sauce on a bun. It wasn't that. It was like I think it was like
that's when you were talking about food. Like when I go to that, I try to try something that like it's supposed to be like a signature in a stadium.
Exotic. You look for the. I always look for the exotics.
Yeah, so I don't really go like. I mean, you always never go wrong with like a cheeseburger or some nachos or something like whatever.
Italian sausage.
I do. I like to try like everybody's talking about that, or I'll even maybe talk to somebody that goes there a lot. Hey, what would you get when you're here? You know what I mean?
All right. So what about this then? What's the most in chat? You can everybody in the community, you can chime in as well. What is the most interesting thing you've had at a ballpark before?
I don't even know.
Ooh,
best sandwich I had at a game was a cutlet sandwich.
Ooh, yeah. Really, MetLife Stadium has a.
I bet that shit's good as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stop talking about. Let's stop talking about food. I haven't had my dinner yet. I'm fucking starving right now. You know, got me thinking about all the good food. You know, but no, I think it's interesting because a lot of people like doing food and shit when they go places like that. I mean, it's part of the experience.
Every time I go to a game, I'm going broke. I swear, I'm spending my chase.
Dude, it's literally it's part of the experience. You kind of go there with money, knowing you're going to spend money on whatever. Whether it be souvenirs, food, whatever. You don't go to a game unless you're like one of the people that go all the time. That's different. But if you're going something, that's an experience. The food's part of that experience when you go to a stadium or ballpark or whatever you're going to. The food's part of it all.
Yep.
You might spend $100 for 3 things, but
who cares?
Kind of budget that shit. You know what I mean?
It's part, like you said, part of the experience, and it's totally worth it.
100%.
Benji, what about you?
Best thing that I probably had, honestly, and it's really kind of out there. Bojangles? Wow.
Okay, that seems like a Marshall University thing, though.
So this is really kind of out there. I don't really know. I gotta think.
Well, if you want to think, I can come back to you.
I was at the USF Miami game this past September or October.
Was that in Hard Rock? Or was that at
no,
USF?
It was here at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa.
Okay.
And we ended up hello. We ended up in frickin'
I was just looking at how it looked on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ended up in frickin' in the club randomly. So this guy actually threw me some tickets that he wasn't able to make. Ended up meeting with his dad and his business partner. And ended up in the club section, and they were just doing a bunch of different like little finger foods and whatnot. They had steak in there and like prime rib that you could just like cut sandwiches in.
Okay.
So freaking good. Honorable mention to me on that note, I would say like number 2. If you ever go to a Lightning game in Tampa, okay, at Amalie Arena, you have got to at least get in the Chase Club at least once, because it is all you can eat, all you can drink. You don't have to pay any sort of money. It's all inclusive club. It is absolutely insane how much food you can get there, and the food is top notch. It's literally like homemade food. Absolutely ridiculous. Shout out to Jeff Finnick for creating that experience. That I would say is probably the best. They do like steak and chicken and pulled pork. Their pulled pork is absolutely nasty, along with some
nasty.
You said nasty. That's crazy.
Like it's freaking good. It's freaking good.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna
recovery.
I ain't gonna rip up my boys. Yeah. All right, but that's all I got. E, what you got?
You already said his.
Honestly, I mean, I couldn't. I haven't been to a lot of sporting events in a long in my adult years. I went to a lot more as a teenager and a kid. I can't really remember. I remember the games. I don't remember the food, if that makes sense. I think if I went to more events, it'd be more fresh.
Yeah,
games matter
more. A game for me. Yeah. But honestly, Matt, I mean, what about you though?
I say I would love to come up with something. But the last game I went to, I mean, I ate like some basic shit because I was hammered. I think I had like a cheeseburger and a hot dog or something like that. It's like something fucking basic. Just because I was, like I said, by halftime I was tuned in, bro.
Oh tuned in. All right, Matt. What's your favorite? Matt, are you there? Oh no. He froze.
There he goes. He's moving. His eyes blinked. Blink one time. Tell us that you're safe. There you go.
He's out of sync.
Am I? Here, let me step out real quick and then.
Okay. Yeah, step out real quick. No? So, anyways, we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. If you are on TikTok, tap that screen in order to give us hearts. If you are on Facebook, Instagram, if you are on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch, we appreciate y'all joining in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We really do appreciate it. We love to interact with you guys, everybody in the community. Give us your input on any given topics. We really do appreciate it.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
I think you were good beforehand.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm going to be biased. At Yankee Stadium, there's the famous Global Steak Sandwich. Yeah, of course. No. But anyways, Global Steak Sandwich. I mean, they give you like pretty thick cut pieces of tender prime rib, and they have their Global's famous sauce and they dress the buns with horseradish sauce. I mean, you can't get better than that.
You lost me at horseradish, dog. Can't do. I cannot.
Can't do it.
It's so fucking
can't do
strong. It overpowers anything you put on it, bro.
It's like a dollop, though. It's not even like a
horseradish.
It don't matter if it's a fucking little.
Bro.
It's a little tiny little drop on there. It's like the whole thing tastes like horseradish. I can't.
Man, you can't talk about it. Man, you don't like horseradish, man? Come on, man.
And that's why I won't eat cocktails. That shit's fucking so fucking strong.
What is it?
I love spicy
sauce.
Cocktail sauce. Okay.
Horseradish isn't spicy.
Strong. Their flavor is
not
strong.
Spicy.
It's not spicy. It's
horrible.
Yeah, but horseradish is spicy, and I love spicy shit.
I don't think it's spicy at all. I think it's a very strong flavor that just dominates whatever I'm eating. Like anything that's like a flavor that's so strong, I don't want it to overpower the main portion. It's supposed to complement it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why I feel like horseradish is just the smell of it as soon as you open it, the flavor. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get down with it.
Yeah.
All right. I think another thing. I have a couple more.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm sorry. Another one that I'm kind of debating between in St. Louis is they have an Italian beef sandwich, and oh my god, it just melts in your mouth. I mean, it's pretty much a foot long bun piled with Italian beef, shredded Italian beef. It has spicy peppers, onions.
Hi, Danielle.
And it's just, I mean, it's just amazing. I took a picture. I always take a picture of each food I tried each stadium, and that was definitely a top. Now you're gonna be shocked at this. Honorable mention goes to the Trop. There was it was one of the new vendors from this past season. I think it was
probably gonna be their only time that they're gonna be there for at least a minute.
Well, yeah, probably. But I can't remember the name of the place, but they had a meatball sub that it was probably one of the best meatballs I've ever had.
I guess
I was careful what I said there.
I guess you love to put them balls in your mouth.
Pause. Pause. You said it, not me. You said it. You, sir, did that to yourself. So you know what?
Sure.
You did that to yourself. I didn't say it. Boy, I was coaching. I was coaching Roosa over here.
I was talking about you, though. I was talking about you, good sir. I was talking about you.
I didn't say it, though. I didn't say it.
Speaking of balls, did you want to talk about your Savannah Bananas and your experience there?
Oh, yes. Let's actually talk about that real quick. Guys, if you got the picture of the stadium, I think we can make baseball work at Raymond James Stadium if you make some big modifications.
I didn't do the picture, but I did.
Oh, you didn't get the picture.
I figured you have videos of it, so I just did the video.
So yeah, there are a couple videos. If you want to just go ahead and just run through a couple of them, the experience is absolutely a great time. It is a family-friendly atmosphere. It's absolutely amazing at what they do. So if you just want to roll a few clips. Out here at Raymond James Stadium, a little special event, Savannah Bananas. They have actual people dressed up in banana costumes. Scan your tickets. A little unusual. Should be fun. Dude, so at the very beginning, when you go in to scan your tickets.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Sorry, Matt. But anyways, it was out of left field. But anyways, when you go in, they have freaking people dressed up in banana costumes to scan your tickets, which is absolutely ridiculous because you don't see anybody else doing that. I don't even think you see the Harlem Globetrotters have personnel stand there and scan tickets and everything. The guy that runs this whole thing, his name is Jesse. He actually is in the stadium dressed up in a yellow tuxedo, running around on the mic, in between innings, doing a bunch of little different promotions with his guy AJ, and just running around, greeting the fans. You know, the whole thing about their promotion and their whole stigma is just, how can we make this game fun for fans? Because, gonna be honest, baseball, sometimes it drags. It can drag sometimes, especially if you're in a pitcher duel where all it is just a 1-0 game.
Mm-hmm.
It can be tough to watch, man, especially on television. So to get 65,000 people out there is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, you know who most of that crowd is? It's a bunch of dreamy-eyed, horny teenage girls. That's what it is. I don't mean to stereotype.
There were some. No, there were some. It was a lot of children, and then there were a lot of adults there. Just because it's something different that nobody has ever seen. Banana ball is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you have a golden batter rule that you get to use one guy. You get to pick one guy, which actually Rob Manfred is taking a look at adding a golden batter.
No, it shouldn't happen
into the MLB.
I think it
makes shit interesting. I think you only do it for regular season, not the postseason. But I think that it would make games interesting, especially if it's a low-scoring tie ball game.
I don't know. I think they should just leave it how it is.
Yeah.
Just leave it. Leave the game, especially that part right there.
Yeah. Do you have any other clips?
I have the one where you kind of, I don't know if it was you or who did it, but it showing the stadium sold out.
Yeah, go ahead. Take a look.
That's insane.
It is. It's absolutely ridiculous. So this was their first game that they played inside of any football stadium. And to say that it was a success is absolutely underwhelming, just because it was perfect from the get-go. You got 65,000 people. I'm going to tell you right now, they had more asses in seats than any Bucks game over the past decade, even with Tom Brady in there.
Are you sure about that?
Yes. I have been going to games since 1990. I have been going to games since Tampa Stadium. 1996, 1997. I have been going there
very delayed.
Forever. And I have never seen that stadium that full. The last time I probably saw that stadium that full was the year after we won the Super Bowl. And we opened up, I believe, with a home game against Carolina.
It's just crazy to me
because we lost that one.
Because they're like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball.
They are.
Essentially.
And
I went to so many Harlem, and it never really had a lot. This crazy to see how many people are enjoying that. This just shows you the power of social fucking media, man.
It is.
Because how it built 65,000 people for a baseball game where they're just having fun is insane. That's cool to see, though.
Yeah, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. If you have the opportunity, if you're in the area to be able to go see them, do it. If you have the ability to get tickets through their website, you're going to be very lucky, because I tried to get tickets and it was sold out within 5 minutes of going on sale. It was absolutely insane. I tried to, I couldn't get tickets, and then finally somebody gifted me some tickets just because they weren't able to make the game. It's an absolute blast. I don't care how old you are, if you're young, if you're old. The game itself, if you took out all the dancing and everything, it'd be a lot more fun than most MLB games. I'll tell you that right now. Like the way that they play.
Come on, don't say that.
The way that they play the game, the way that they play the game.
It's not traditional.
If you kept some, who gives a shit about tradition? Baseball was dying up until they started changing the rules a little bit and making the game a little bit faster and introducing a pitch clock. The game was dying. Yeah, it was. The game was freaking dying.
It was not dying.
Attendance was dropping. Television viewership was dropping.
It's getting worse. It's honestly getting worse. It's getting worse with the pitch clock, and
it's getting worse.
Yes,
it is. So many people into the MLB that normally wouldn't go, just because games were taking 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours to be played.
Right, because that's how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be rushed.
Where the flag, man? Where the flag? Can you throw a flag for me, please?
I don't even have one.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm throwing a flag at you. You see this yellow right here? You see this yellow right here? That's for you, Matt. That's bullshit right there. Baseball was dying because it just was taking way too long. It wasn't keeping people's attention. You know what banana ball does? Banana ball keeps people's attention, but it keeps people's attention.
It's not real baseball. Look, it's not real baseball.
I know it's not real baseball. I understand that.
Not real
what
baseball.
What I'm saying is, though, it gets people involved and it puts the idea about baseball in general into their heads. So when they try to go to MLB games, they'll probably be able to pay attention a little bit more and just be able to try to enjoy it.
You know what it's doing is it's causing people to follow the Savannah Bananas, and then they realize, they go watch a real baseball game, and they're like, this sucks. So what it's doing is it's taking the attention away from MLB and traditional baseball.
I don't agree with that.
I agree with Ben that I think it with this generation that they haven't had as much attention to baseball, it gets them looking at baseball in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Now, do I think that the average pop media style fans are going to transition to MLB? Probably not. But it's going to get baseball into their feeds because now they're watching that. Savannah Bananas might be a joke, but it's going to make baseball pop on their For You pages. It's going to make them say, let me just go try a game just to see.
So like I said, just to
will it transition to loyal fans? Probably not. But there's a chance that they might convert a couple people.
So
hurt the sport. I don't think what I said I was disagreeing with you was I don't think it hurts the sport.
Right. No, I never said it was hurting the sport. I think it's just hurting the attention that MLB's getting.
Sorry. I mean, that's all I can say. MLB's got to do better. I mean, baseball was dying before the MLB introduced the pitch clock and tried to make the game a little bit faster and introduced the new extra innings rule where there would be a man on, where there'd be runners on, was it second and third or just on second?
See, but the ghost runner thing, that's just stupid. That's just stupid because you're trying to rush the game. You're trying not to make it. You're trying to like give both teams an advantage where you're trying to earn it. No. I'm not done. Hold on. I'm not done. You're putting a person in scoring position just because because people have other stuff to do. Like,
yeah,
this is basically putting into an advantage.
Sean said right here the pitch clock isn't bad. Sean, what do you think about the extra innings ghost runner rule?
It's terrible.
So why don't y'all explain what that is?
So for the so for those who don't really follow baseball, basically two things that the Major League Baseball has implemented over the last couple years. First being the pitch clock. So I guess, people thought, they didn't want to sit through a full game. They didn't want to, they weren't getting their bang for their buck. So they decided to implement, kind of like in football, there's a play clock, or like in basketball, there's a, shooting, there's a shot clock. So for the pitch clock, it essentially counts down from 15 while you're at bat, and then in between batters, it's up to 30 seconds. It used to be 20, but then that was way too short. So they extended it to 30, and basically they're just trying to speed up the game, which I don't agree with because I like to enjoy it. I'm paying good money to go to a baseball game. Don't want to be there very quick. I want to make sure I enjoy my time. I want to get my money's worth when I go to the game. So, but anyways, they implemented the pitch clock to kind of make sure that the players don't do their little, practice swing routine, make sure they're not taking all their, their rhythms or whatever whatever you call it before, that they usually do before they, step into the plate.
Yeah.
The other thing too is there's violations. So if the pitcher doesn't throw it by the time that the clock hits 0, then it counts as a ball because he's missed his time to throw the ball. Now for the batter, if he's not set inside in the batter's box by 11 seconds, it's a strike. And see, the dumbest thing I've seen is games end on those type of violations where they get a balk. The games have ended on a strike or a pitcher, a pitcher's violation or a hitter's violation, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Pitch clock has definitely helped to speed up the game. It was much needed, man. You had games that are going 3.5 necessary.
Look, it was not necessary.
Who the fuck wants to go sit in the ballpark for 4 hours?
Me. Because you spend a lot of money to go to a baseball game, and you look at the average.
That much.
You look. What?
It doesn't cost that much to go to the
game. Because you are a fan of a underdog team who can't draw crowds.
Hey, still able to go. Listen, I was able to sit in left field. Hang on, I was able to sit in left field in New York, second row, for about $30 when I went to Rays Yankees back in 2023. August 2023, August 1st.
Is that the game you FaceTime me from?
That was the game that I FaceTime you from. I was able to sit left field. It wasn't front row. It was second row. But I was able to sit right up against the barricade. $30. Right up against the wall.
But think about the time commitment you have to make. Think about the travel you have to get there. Think about the money you have to spend on food.
Listen, I was on vacation. That was just extra, man. I was on vacation. I knew that the Rays are going to be in town anyways, but I was going up there just to see my cousin. I didn't know whether or not I was going to be able to go to the game. I brought my jersey with me just in case if I was able to go, and I was able to make it. So, look, I mean, you can go to stuff for cheap if you know where to find the tickets for cheap.
That's okay. That's a whole different argument.
SeatGeek, by the way, shout out. Y'all real ones.
Be careful. Okay. Anyways, no, just like
not an advertisement. We're not sponsored either. I love using them, especially for baseball season. Go ahead.
No, the pitch clock is not necessary. So if anybody from the early 2000s or the 90s or the 80s saw what they were doing, which by the way, a lot of the old retired players have. Take Joe Torre for example. He doesn't agree with it. Joe Torre doesn't agree with rushing the game.
I'm sorry,
it's not tradition.
It's a new era.
It's not tradition. It's not tradition.
Your sport was dying. Guess what? Baseball was dying. They had to do something. People may not like it right now, but it's going to be beloved come 5-10 years from now.
Yeah, it's being beloved because you're changing tradition. Because you're changing the tradition.
Sorry. I don't know what to tell you, dude. Yeah. I mean, just what I'm saying with Sean right here.
This is going to be gold.
Open that shit series. Right now.
What, this?
Open that shit right now.
That was fun. That was fun. That was entertaining to watch. That gets so many high ratings. What?
Nobody gives a shit about your rivalry. Your little rivalry. Your little Yankees taking on the little Red Sox.
Are you joking me?
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a
shit.
Are
you joking me?
Mm-hmm.
Are you joking right now?
Mm-mm.
Get out of here. Here's your flag. That's your flag for you. There you go.
Nobody gives a shit. Hey, that is a well-earned
Name a better rivalry. Name a better rivalry.
Flag.
Name a better rivalry than Yankees Red Sox.
The Rock versus Stone Cold, baby.
Yes, sir. Stone Cold. I appreciate you. Finally, I got one agreement from you. No way the Rays fan is trying to talk.
Exactly. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
As soon as you said thank you.
I was like, who do you think you're talking to, bro?
This was fun.
That is funny.
We'll do this.
Anyways, bottom line, pitch clock and Ghost Runner don't agree with it.
Great. Pitch clock is great. I know you know that pitch clock great because we don't have to go to sleep. I know you know that pitch clock ain't.
This is how long it's been since I watched baseball. I didn't even know that was a fucking thing.
You even know that the pitch clock existed?
I see games on and I watch it like when it's on TV, but I haven't actually sat and paid attention to every detail of a game in years, bro.
If you ever in Tampa, man, come to a game. It's a good time.
I plan on going to a couple Orioles games this year, just because I haven't been in 10 years.
Camden Yards is easily a top 10 stadium in the MLB.
I've always loved going there.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, what's crazy is that I have just as much fun going to little minors league Shorebirds games too over here on the shore.
Oh yeah, what Salisbury, right?
Yeah, it's fun, man. Because it's close, it's personal. It's it's just fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and move on. I feel like you've got me heated enough about this.
I love it. Thank you.
This is great.
I was wondering if I was going to get any debate clips tonight, but we definitely have some now.
We got some debate.
There you go.
Debate. All right.
Oh yeah, let's move on to college basketball. We got some exciting times.
Let's go, you guys.
Yes,
sir. Shout out to Chelsea Lyles. I don't know, if you got the picture of FGCU.
Which one? Maybe. Yeah. You sent a lot of pictures. You gotta be more specific.
I did send. Oh, yeah. That was sent on Sunday.
Sent 20 things.
That was sent on Sunday.
What's it look like?
It looks like champions or something. I don't know. Blah blah blah.
This?
Yes. Shout out to my girls. They won their 9th straight ASUN tournament championship and received their 9th straight automatic bids to the NCAA tournament. This team right here definitely deserves it. Chelsea Lyles, shout out to you. This is your first season after waiting for so long to be able to become head coach. Carl Smesko, shout out to him. He was the godfather of FGCU basketball. He will always be the godfather of FGCU basketball. really appreciate what he did. He ended up leaving 3 games into the season to go coach the WNBA's Atlanta Dream. Chelsea Lyles got her first 30-win season under her belt as head coach. Great, fantastic job to you for getting that done. Hopefully when we play Oklahoma this Saturday, we get revenge in Norman, Oklahoma, beat that ass, and go on to the round of 32, where we can finally defeat whoever it is that we would play in the round of 32 to go to the Sweet 16. Let's go, ladies. Really appreciate y'all. Congratulations. That's all I got as far as for FGCU tonight. So, but yeah, overall in you gonna win it, man, Sean, fuck out of here, man. That's some disrespect right
What's
there.
The spread right? Hold on, what's the spread?
The spread, I don't know if there is a spread at the moment. I am gonna have to see.
I'm checking right now. What day did they play?
So we play on Saturday, the 22nd. We are in the Spokane region. Currently,
14 and a half Oklahoma. 14 and a half.
Is 14 and a half open.
Jesus.
Opening 14 and a half point favorites. But here's the thing. Historically, we are the top 3-point shooting team in the country just because we shoot a lot of threes.
You better hope
for us.
You better hope it comes out on Saturday.
It is a numbers game for us. We haven't been too good offensively this year necessarily. We've really relied on our defense. Oklahoma is a tough opponent this year. They are a very tall team. They can get to the basket. They can rebound. They do everything. So they're able to do it all. Ladies, if y'all are able to fire up 10, 15 threes, really appreciate it. Dressed up because it is St. Patrick's Day, and I just wanted to wear something green, something nice.
So, you could just rock your Guardian shirt.
I could have, but I didn't. So, my bad. I don't know. I just like the tie, honestly.
He's also under the influence, so
yeah, that is true. That is very true.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Oklahoma is opening up as 14.5 point favorites. They're at home. It's going to be tough. We'll see what we can do.
Someone hit me. Boomer.
Man, Matt, shut the hell up.
I'm still waiting. Boomer.
Shut the hell up. I don't get any love. I don't get any love. And that's okay. That's okay. I can hold my own. I'll be just fine.
We can agree on the Guardians. That's all.
I know who is out there. I know who is out there.
Thanks,
yes,
Sean.
Courtney. I do have drinks. So I had some beer tonight.
FGCU.
Oh yeah, I did when we were talking about baseball, I did forget to show this image that y'all sent.
Oh, the poop game is back.
Poop game is back. It's fucking sweet. Shout out to the broadcast networks out there. But anyways.
Yes, hey, did it. FGCU sucks.
Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the men's bracket. So the last dude standing in this podcast that was hoping.
Oh yeah, Courtney, you missed it. I don't know if you're here for the baseball debate.
No, you missed them too, going back and forth about baseball being dead and the rules. Yeah, you'll see clips.
The rules made it. The rules definitely helped out. It did not hurt.
That was great.
Matt, you're a traditionalist.
You should see all of the hate that Manfred got.
So didn't like it until they tried it out.
Hold on. Are you saying that Manfred's a good commissioner then?
No, he's not necessarily a good commissioner in other regards, but in that regard, to at least like elevate or at least energize the game and get people to get back into baseball in general with just the game, not necessarily talking about teams, talking about players, or talking about TV contracts or anything like that. We're just talking about the actual game itself. He was able to get people to get entertained. He was able to get people back into it. So, but anyways, I am so sorry, Matt. The Atlantic 10 Championship on Saturday.
Talk it. I don't want to.
No, we're gonna have to talk. No, we're gonna have to talk about it.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about that. I refuse to talk about it. I will leave the show right now if we're going to talk about it.
So, Virginia Commonwealth.
I don't know what happened.
And George Mason came out, and this game was tight.
Where's my fucking paper bag?
This game was tight. The entire game was an absolute dogfight. Yeah, go ahead and put on your paper bag.
You know what? No.
Cry more. Pout.
Yes, I am going to cry more.
Pout.
I am.
Pout.
Because fuck VCU. I cannot stand VCU.
Quit pouting, man.
What do you mean quit pouting?
We are right now, but then they got back into baseball again. That's what we're talking about.
What do you mean quit pouting, Ben?
Man, you just got to face the music, man.
What music? What are you talking about? What are we in a music video now? What?
Not in a music video necessarily, but I mean,
thank you, Sean.
It's time to face reality. George Mason lost to their rival, their arch rival.
I'm gonna kick you out,
Virginia.
I have the power to too.
Virginia Commonwealth ended up beating George Mason 68-63. Max Shulga had a high of 18 points for Virginia Commonwealth. Jalen Haynes looks absolutely nasty. He had 17 for George Mason.
He looked horrible the first half.
Absolutely.
He looked horrible. He was double teamed the whole game. That's all I'm going to say. If it wasn't for him getting in foul trouble early, it would have been a way different game.
Yeah. And George Mason, they definitely were. There were at least, I believe, like 18 fouls in the first half, at least. Maybe close to 20. I mean, George Mason was in the double bonus in the first half. I think VCU was right at the double bonus, if not in the double bonus. It was a very chippy game. George Mason, they clawed their way through, man. I got to give a shout out to them because I think that they're going to be dangerous next year and they're going to make the NCAA tournament. Absolutely will. Depending on how well they do in the NIT this year, I think they're just going to be absolutely.
Oh, Danielle, thank you, Danielle. Appreciate you. On TikTok. Over on TikTok, Danielle sent us a gift. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Danielle.
We appreciate that.
But yeah,
are you done talking about it?
Yes, I'm done talking about VCU.
I'm sure you couldn't wait to talk about that.
Well, I know damn well. Look, I'm going over.
I'm sure damn well you were waiting to talk about that.
We talked about Sean's Old Dominion last week, where they ended up not running the gauntlet. So we gotta end up talking about your team not able to run the gauntlet. It's only fair. The only team that's left standing is coaches. As far as in our group.
Yeah, but he's not here, so we don't have to talk about it.
We won't talk about it.
We can play his video he sent in for the.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that real quick. Let's take a look at see what Florida did. I gotta say, after struggling through the Mike White era at Florida, to be able to see them to come back really, really hard and make the NCAA tournament and be able to to NSU, you do have that right, Sean. But I gotta say, like, for them to be able to come back, this year and be able to make the NCAA tournament and not just make it, but get a 1 seed in the bracket. It's absolutely ridiculous, absolutely crazy. That just goes to show you that in this NIL era, if you have tough years or if you have a tough time, you are able to definitely make it, turn it around really quick in just a year or two. So shout out to Florida. They did a great freaking job against Tennessee. I mean, it wasn't really that close, honestly. Score says 86-77 Florida, but I mean, I was peeking back and forth at it, and they dominated the game. They pretty much dominated the whole SEC. Shout out to them.
Coach, they want to show this off because it's the highest scored SEC game.
That was crazy. This, by the way, the highest scoring game in SEC tournament history, 104-82 over Alabama. Nate Oates is probably shitting his pants after that game just because he's got to figure out what the hell he's going to do when they got to play on Thursday or Friday. So it's going to be very difficult for them. But anyways, taking a look at a couple of the other games, something that's stuck out to me, St. John's. Let's talk about the Johnnies.
Sean,
I don't know if you got the video for that, E.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, we feedback from TikTok. We can't. The audio is not playing on TikTok.
No, they hear you guys, but they don't hear me.
Okay.
I don't understand why it does that.
I'll just talk real quick about it. So St. John's blew out Creighton, and I mean blew them out, 82-66. First 30-win season in a while. First time in 25 years, St. John's has won the Big East Conference Tournament title outright. 82-66, the final. It's been a long time coming for St. John's. Long time. I believe it was like 1985 when they last won their first, or when they last won a regular season title. They did it this year in second year of Rick Pitino. Being ranked at number 6 going into conference championship weekend, I just still feel like they're being disrespected. I feel like they deserve to be in that top 5 category. After the loss that Alabama took to Florida this week, it is clear as day to me. Alabama should not be in the top 5 at all. St. John's should be seated pretty high in the NCAA tournament. Taking a look at the bracket right now, St. John's is...
Yeah, we got bored. Excuse me.
The 2 seed. And they're favored by 18.5 over Omaha, which, by the way, Omaha can score the basketball. St. John's better watch out. They better make sure to play defense, and they better be able to just go on runs because otherwise they're going to get upset in the first round.
Ready for a hot take?
Yeah.
St. John upsets Florida to go to the Final Four.
Oh, they are in the same.
That's my hot take.
That is tough. Clip that right now. All you Gator fans out there are probably going to freak the hell out saying that St. John's probably not going to saying that they're not going to upset Florida. I think that St. John's is the team to do that. They could probably be a sneaky national championship contender this year. I don't think that this year for a couple of reasons, but I mean, they're so strong. They're absolutely.
Okay. I'll hate on Florida. I'll hate on Florida as much as I hate on VCU.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, last time Florida won a championship, they had to beat George Mason in the Final Four to get there.
Okay.
So that's why I have beef.
That was like 19 years ago, brother.
Okay. It's a lifelong beef. It doesn't matter. It's gonna stick with me for the rest. It's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life.
Look, we lost to Florida in the Sweet 16 12 years ago. Am I having a lifelong beef with them? Probably not.
Yeah, but it's more personal what's in the Final Four.
Yeah, but I only really care about my freaking I only care about the true rivalries that we have, which is to me Mercer.
See, then you can't argue that Yankees Red Sox is not a real rivalry. Yes, I'm going back to this.
You do not like.
We know it's a real rivalry, dude.
You are not a real
rivalry. I just don't give a shit about it.
It's the most famous. Okay, it's fine. You don't give a shit about it, but you can't just say the rivalry doesn't matter.
I'm pretty sure that people are tired of hearing about it.
What, Yankees Red Sox? If anything, it gets ratings.
I wasn't excited for baseball season, but now with the way you two are, I am excited for y'all to talk about baseball together.
TikTok says it's the best rivalry. Thank you. Sean, back me up here. I need Sean's help too.
Sean, you don't have to back him up. I'm just letting you know right now. You really don't.
Where are my baseball folks? I need more baseball folks in here. Anyways, moving on. What other games stood out? What other championship games stood out?
The American. I thought that Memphis had a shot at losing, which would open up an at-large bid to Memphis. Unfortunately, they were not able to get it done. I gotta give a shout out real quick to San Diego. UC San Diego taking on Irvine, beating them hard, 75-61.
Not to mention as well, it's their first. Not to mention as well, it's their first year in D1.
So everybody at San Diego, UC San Diego Tritons, stand up.
Yo,
stand up. Y'all are going to the NCAA tournament. That is absolutely nasty. You literally can't name a rival other than Dallas in the end zone and Canada.
Sean, you're funny, bro. It's a good one, Sean. It's a good one. Thanks.
I could care less about it. But anyways.
Sean, you're ignorant.
Yo, God damn it. That is priceless. I loved it.
I love that shit. But San Diego, they are going to be facing off. They're a 14 seed in this NCAA tournament. Or actually, no. Excuse me. They're a 12 seed. This is a 12-5 matchup against Michigan. And Michigan, by the way, I don't know, E, if you got any videos of this or if you did get the video from me of Michigan in their last 4 games. Or actually, no, excuse me. I'll get to that one in a minute. But Michigan, they've won their last 6, 7. They had won before Sunday. Their last 5 or 6 games. By 5 points or less. It's absolutely disgusting. They played last minute. Absolutely.
Michigan. Yeah, it's Sean is crazy.
It was.
You're talking about it starts off with Wisconsin or something like that in Michigan. I think I have.
If you had, or actually no, that may be Maryland.
No, this one here is Michigan State. Hold on.
They play Wisconsin. They play Wisconsin.
If you don't put for show when you send a video, it's not getting added.
Well, I've put in for show on a bunch of them, but I think it goes below on the iPhone. So
I don't know.
I tried to just share it.
If it's anywhere near those videos, I just add them all. But
okay,
there's a couple of them that you didn't have, so I don't know. It might have been that.
Baber Matt, I love that. I don't care if someone put a picture of the whole city. Yeah, we're getting to that. Don't worry, Courtney.
Yeah, let's get a full bracket up here. I'll go ahead and I'll get it up right now. I got it. I've got it ready to go right now. Let's go ahead and let's get this done.
Baber Matt, I love that.
She said yes. Let's go, Courtney. Over on TikTok.
Yep.
You got a fan over there.
Here we go. We got the bracket right here. So Auburn.
Zoom in. You can't see. You got to zoom in.
Can you see it now?
Nope. What's up, Kings?
What's up, Kings and Coffee?
All right. What up, Steven? How you doing? So, anyways, Auburn, they're going to be playing.
You got to go more. You still can't see it.
I can see it.
Can't see. Danielle can see it on TikTok. There you go.
I'm trying. So, anyways, the 1 seed Auburn, overall number 1 seed, they're awaiting some 16 seeds.
They're winning the winner of Alabama State and St. Francis.
Yeah, and Alabama State should take that one over St. Francis. St. Francis, they were sub 500, winning their conference. Louisville and Creighton looks really, really evened up, although I would give the advantage to Louisville. They've played a much tougher non-conference schedule. And overall, the ACC, even though it was a little bit weaker this year, they were able to still put a pretty good showing in the ACC tournament to be able to get everything done. Shout out to them.
I'll go Louisville as well. I think
yeah,
like you said, they're representing the ACC, who only has 14. We'll get to that we'll get to that discussion after we go through the bracket here.
Let's take a look on the east side real quick as well. Duke is awaiting the winner of American and Mount St. Mary's. They're playing the first four on Wednesday night at 6:40 on True TV.
So that matchup, real quick, that matchup is very unique because they're not too far from each other. Mount St. Mary's is just up the road in kind of Upper Maryland, and then American's right there in DC.
How far?
No more than an hour and a half.
That's ridiculous.
Here, I'll map it real quick. Hold on.
I mean, they gotta be within like 30 minutes of each other.
No, it's not 30 minutes. It's not 30 minutes. Hmm. So Mount St. Mary's is here actually. Yeah, it's in Emmitsburg. So to get to there, let's see, American University, because it's on the way to Gettysburg.
That doesn't sound that far at all.
Hour and 4 minutes split the two schools.
Oh, you're an hour away. That's absolutely.
He said nothing's 30 minutes from DC except for DC.
Yeah, that's a good
point. Okay, you're right.
Bro.
You're right. I live there for majority of my life, so I should know that.
All right, Mississippi State and Baylor. They're going to be facing off. Mississippi State, one of those 14 SEC teams let into the tournament, given an at-large. Taking on Baylor out of the Big 12. I mean, what do you guys see out of this game?
I would be careful with Baylor. I think that Baylor could easily sneak away with that.
Yeah, and Baylor has been flying under the radar the whole year. They've done a pretty good job the whole year of being able to get through games and clawing their way. But I don't know. I just see the SEC just being a real strong conference. This one to me though is a toss-up. I'm going to go ahead and just go with Mississippi State just because it's going to be difficult to call. And then let me get to the South 5-12 matchup real quick. Again, Michigan and UC San Diego. If Michigan plays it real close, San Diego, they can score the basketball. I think San Diego could upset Michigan in this one. Sean, I hope the SEC gets embarrassed and that we don't see a 14-team SEC conference for the NCAA tournament again, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Taking a look at the East, Oregon versus Liberty. Oregon, 7.5 point favorite, going to play on Friday at 10 o'clock. Liberty Flames. This is the thing, man. Like I've seen Liberty play in person.
Liberty.
They are absolutely tough, man. I tell you what. The coach over there, this is his second stint at Liberty. I forget his name off the top of my head. Let me pull it up. Excuse me.
I can't go out of a tab. While you're looking it up, I'll say Oregon squeaks by.
I've got it already. Oregon may be able to squeeze it, but Liberty's going to keep it close. They're able to fight. They've got NIL money backed behind them. They're donors. They got some heavy donors that have probably thrown a lot of money towards NIL. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough matchup. I do think Oregon will take this one, but Liberty is going to show true fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Liberty is able to upset if it's close. Moving on down, taking a look, continuing on in the bracket here, we got Texas A&M and Yale in the South. Texas A&M, 4 seed, taking on the Yale Bulldogs. You got to watch out because Yale, they scored over 90 in the Ivy League game earlier this week in the conference championship against Cornell. I mean, I think that Yale could upset Texas A&M easily if Yale.
Sean's going with Yale.
If Yale comes out firing and they stay firing the whole game.
We actually were just talking about it. We're going to send out.
Yeah, Courtney, we got you.
They're going to be fine. So,
Sean says Yale.
What's your take, Matt? What do you guys think?
No, I'll agree. I'll go. That's one of my upsets. I'll go Yale upset.
Yeah.
The only reason why And shout out to my he's not watching right, but shout out to my band director, Doc Nix over at George Mason. I do want a Michigan-Yale matchup. He got his undergrad at Yale, if I'm not mistaken, and he also got his doctorate. He got his doctorate from Michigan. So I would love a Yale-Michigan matchup as much as he does.
Hell yeah. Shout out.
So shout out Doc Nix, man.
That's awesome. Anyways, we got Ole Miss. They're going to be waiting on the winner of.
You refer on TikTok.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool.
It is the disconnect and reconnect.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So Ole Miss is going to be waiting on the winner of one of these 11 matchups. I'm pulling it up right now. I do believe
San Diego State and UNC.
San Diego State and North Carolina. North Carolina, big freaking surprise to be able to make the.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
In just a minute, we will get to it, but absolute surprise.
Give me Ole Miss. I don't care who they play. Give me Ole Miss.
So I think San Diego State is going to blow out North Carolina. Personally, I don't see North Carolina be able to score the basketball and be able to take care of it. But yeah, Ole Miss should be able to take care of business in the first round. And then lastly, Iowa State and Lipscomb. Now, Lipscomb's interesting because they have a pretty efficient offense. They don't necessarily score too many points, but they have a tough defense and then a pretty efficient offense to where.
Yeah, but Iowa State's Iowa State's been probably top 10 all year.
They have been top 10 all year. I mean, this is. You never know when Iowa State.
Iowa State's defense is too good. I gotta go Iowa State.
What I'm gonna say is Iowa State. You never know when they could shit the bed. Lipscomb could play tough against them. I would
really coming from a Duke fan. Hold on, time out. This is coming from a Duke fan. She says, "Give me UNC to win and then to beat Ole Miss."
Wow, Courtney, are you sure about that one? That's tough, man. That is absolutely tough.
Courtney, how much have you
UNC, baby? Let's go.
How much you had to drink, Courtney?
That's tough. That's
tough.
I do not see UNC getting out of the first four against San Diego State. But anyways, let's move on to the right side. We're going back into the East, taking a look at Arizona and Akron. Arizona, man, I mean, I don't know. I think Arizona is just going to take this one. It's a double-digit, 13.5-point favorite. I don't see Akron being able to do it.
And Arizona fans travel too, so I think that'll give them an advantage. So
yeah, they absolutely travel. And then this is an interesting one here. BYU taking on Virginia Commonwealth.
BYU. I don't care.
I already know what you say. I already know what you're saying.
BYU. That's all I gotta say. Fuck VCU. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think BYU should be able to blow out VCU if they're able to go on runs. This is going to be tight just because we know how tough defensively VCU is. But I mean, if they play it just like Virginia was playing in the first round back when they became the first 1 seed to lose to a 16 seed, I mean, it could get ugly real fast. Give me BYU. And then we also got, lastly, Wisconsin versus Montana. Shout out to Montana, man. I think that this may be their first NCAA tournament appearance, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they're one of the teams that's just very.
They
first,
may be one of their. This may be
their
one.
It may very well be one of the last, but they're gonna about to take this spanking from Wisconsin.
Nah, man, they're in the Summit League. Summit League is tough.
Let them farm boys get some business.
Let them farm boys. Let them
cook, man.
Let them cook, man. Let them farm. Not even let them cook. Let them farm, brother.
No, Wisconsin.
Let them work. So, Wisconsin, man, I mean, they score real well. Shout out to Big Cat from Barstool Sports. They're going to blow out Montana. I hope y'all have a great time wherever your game's being played. I really do. But y'all not going to make it this year. I'm sorry.
That is in, I'll tell you where it is right now. It's in Denver.
Well, Montana is going to be a glorified home game for y'all, but my goodness, I mean, that's going to be it. I hope y'all enjoy your vacation to Denver and then get to go home on Friday or Saturday or Sunday and then just enjoy the games because it's going to be the end of the road for you in this first round. Moving right along, taking a look at the last section of the bracket here, we got Marquette and New Mexico out of the South. Marquette coming in, looking strong out of the Big East, taking on New Mexico. And it's been a while since I've seen New Mexico actually play pretty good ball. They playing really good down in the pit. So it's a toss-up to me. I think that it's going to be New Mexico. What you got, Matty?
Give me Marquette.
Marquette?
I don't know. Shout out Tyler Kolek is he's a former George Mason player, but then he transferred to Marquette. Graduated last year. I mean, he won like player of the year in the conference last year. So, but yeah, give me Marquette. And yeah, it's like Sean said, it's a stud coaching match. Absolutely.
Yeah, that is a stud coaching matchup.
And then Bryant taking on Michigan State. That's Michigan State all day.
So Michigan State, I don't know if y'all saw Tom Izzo's interview, but Tom Izzo absolutely wrecked and just ripped into this dude and just be like, I'm not gonna be happy until we win a national title again and take Michigan State to where I know it is.
I think they could get to the Sweet 16 after that.
Look, I think that Michigan State, they should be able to make the Final Four this year. Absolutely. There should be no doubt about it in my mind. Taking a look, Auburn's shaky. Look, the SEC is shaky. I don't think Auburn is the best team out there.
Yeah, like Sean said, there you go.
I think Michigan State is absolutely dangerous. They're going to look to get revenge in the Final Four. They're gonna look to get it done this year. I think that this is the team for Tom Izzo to get it done. And I've seen personally Izzo's teams play. They are absolutely physical. They're absolutely tough. It is not easy to play there. But when they are on it, they are fucking on it. So watch out, Bryant. It's not going to be pretty for y'all. Good luck. Moving on to the east side, we got St. Mary's taking on Vanderbilt. St. Mary's is favored by 3.5. I mean, it's another SEC West Coast Conference matchup. I don't know why they got St. Mary's ranked so low as a 7th seed. That is,
know why? Because they come from the West Coast Conference. 2,
yeah, but
because they lost to Gonzaga in the championship.
Yeah, you lose to Gonzaga in the championship, but they were still ranked in the AP top 25. I don't see this seeding being right. I think that St. Mary's should be seeded either in the 5th seed.
No, they deserve. Memphis wasn't was Memphis a top 25?
Yeah, but Memphis plays in the American.
Doesn't matter.
So there's a difference here because you have Gonzaga and St. Mary's always making the NCAA tournament. Always.
Kansas wasn't 100%. Kansas dropped out of the top 25, and they're also number 7.
My whole thing is I think St. Mary's deserved to get a little bit of a higher seed. For them to get bumped this low,
hey, maybe a 6 at max, but I think they fit just fine at the 7.
All right, but anyways,
maybe a 6
for this one. I'm gonna take St. Mary's. Shout out to Vanderbilt. Being able to just make it is absolutely incredible for them. Being one of those 14 teams out of the SEC to make it. They've been a basketball school a long time. They've struggled a long time as well too, playing basketball. Just to at least see them excel in both sports right now. I hope the students enjoy it. Who you got, Matty?
For me, it's just I'm back and forth with this one. Vanderbilt always likes to play spoiler, especially in football. They're kind of like Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
remind me of Georgia Tech, but I see St. Mary's squeaking by like a last second, like, some last minute magic.
Wait, who? St. Mary's or Vanderbilt? Courtney.
She's going Vandy.
She's going Vandy.
Yeah. Anyways, no, I see St. Mary's getting squeaked by, but then they get spanked by Alabama next game. They'll get clobbered by Bama.
Yeah, Alabama's going to absolutely wreck Robert Morris.
Yeah, that's just
thanks for playing. That's all I got.
Did you have any takes on any of these or no?
No.
Okay. All right.
All right. Damn, there's more. Yep, there's more. Moving on to the West bracket.
That was only half.
Yeah, moving on to the West bracket. Coaches Florida Gators taking on Norfolk State.
Give me them Gators.
Yeah, it's gonna be Florida. I'm sorry, Norfolk, but you guys, hope you guys enjoyed NCAA tournament week. Seriously, take the time.
I forgot. We didn't even get to the best team yet. So I mean, of course, there's more.
I mean, Florida is arguably, in my opinion, the best team coming out right now.
The best team is Maryland. We're winning.
All right.
Well, actually, we do have a little bit of video highlights for you.
I already saw it.
Norfolk State, yeah, damn right, Sean. Damn right.
Well, we'll get to that in a sec. So Florida is going to take it. UConn, Oklahoma.
Yep. Give it a Huskies.
Yeah, give me the Huskies in this one as well too. I just don't see Oklahoma being that strong.
I'm just going against y'all. Give me Oklahoma.
All right.
No, so Sean, no, OU was included. So, who got left out? Who got left out?
We do have to take a look.
No, Georgia's in there. I forgot.
Georgia's in there.
Georgia should not have made it. We'll get to that in a second. Who else is left out? It'll come back to me in a second. Before we move on, it'll come back to me in a second.
Okay. So Memphis and Colorado State, real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and just highlight that real quick. The Rams out of Colorado State, gonna be taking on a tough Memphis team. Now Memphis is ranked as a 5th seed. But Colorado State is opening up as a 2.5-point favorite because Colorado State can score at the basketball. And it's going to be tough for Memphis to be able to, if they struggle to score.
It's a hot take.
I think it'll be Maryland and Florida to determine. Oh, that will be tough.
I love
That's going to be absolutely nasty. And then Sean just says, oh, LSU.
Yes, thank you. I could not think of who was left out.
But yeah, Maryland is playing great. We'll get to them in a second here. Memphis, if you're gonna be able to win against Colorado State, you have to be able to score and you have to be able to get stops.
Yeah, I'll go with Sean. I'll go to Colorado State here.
Colorado State is tough.
Memphis has gotten themselves in too much trouble, especially late in the season.
I mean, if you took a look at UAB versus Memphis on Sunday, Memphis did not look that strong. The American just doesn't look that strong as a whole this year. I don't see Memphis taking it. Give me Colorado State. Houston Cougars. They shout out to Suey, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. First time in. 0-1 in the NCAA tournament. Give me Houston. Sampson has his team coached up big time. Cougars by 30.
By 30 is crazy.
Matt, who you got?
I'm not picking a 16 seed who's never been to the tournament before.
I guess give
me the 16 seed that never went to the tournament before. Give it to me.
Give it to you.
For upsets. We're going upsets around here.
Houston's number 3. They've been easily a top 5 team.
I gotta keep it real. All right, let's go ahead and let's move on. Gonzaga and Georgia.
Houston's getting picked off.
Look, Gonzaga may have won but they are seated lower than St. Mary's because St. Mary's just had an off night. It's tough. It's not easy. But
give me the Zags. I can't. Mark Few knows how to coach in these desperate times. So they'll get past Georgia easy. Georgia doesn't deserve to be in the tournament. So give me Gonzaga.
All right. Clemson and McNeese. Clemson favored by 7.5. McNeese. I don't know if y'all got that video of the dude with the vibes and everything. Video. If y'all want to play that real quick.
I don't know what video you're talking about.
It's the one where the dude is leading the dude. The dude from McNeese State is leading the dudes out on the court. I can send it to you real quick.
Clemson and Clemson and doozy.
I'd say McNeese takes this in an upset. This is a favorable 12-5 upset. I do not trust. I do not.
I would say 12. I would say Memphis. Colorado State Memphis is a more favorable upset than Clemson McNeese.
Oh well, Colorado State. I mean, they got the most favorable matchup. I would have put St. Mary's at the 5 spot with Memphis rather than have to face frickin' Vanderbilt. I would have put Memphis against Vanderbilt and then Colorado State versus St. Mary's. I feel like that would be a more favorable. I feel like that would be a more balanced matchup. The committee got this one wrong right here. It is obvious that they screwed this one up. So, anyways, gonna go ahead and move on. Shout out to High Point. First time making it. First time out. 0-1. Give me Purdue. And then, I don't know if you got this Maryland video real quick, but Maryland's, they've struggled. And I think it ends in this NCAA tournament right here.
I don't think it's a struggle. They lost by game winners multiple games in a row.
They did, but do you have the video?
Not really struggle real quick. It's not really struggle. I don't know. Like I said, if you didn't put for show, I watched it.
I put it as for show.
I don't think you did, my guy. Because the only videos I have for college basketball is the George Mason video and the Michigan State video. And North Carolina. That's the only 3 videos I have.
Ooh. E.
What?
Sean's saying Grand Canyon wins over Maryland.
I'll re-put it as for show. If you can just upload this one, because I want that St. John's video real quick. At least to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But anyways, give me Maryland. Maryland
you're smoking
is going to be tough against. Sean, you're smoking crack. Oh my gosh.
They returned starters from last year and made a run last year as a 15 seed. So I mean, that's true. That's true. That's a very good point.
Missouri.
That game could. I can see that game going. That game could go either way.
Yeah. I'll go down and just continue to run down the West bracket here real quick. Missouri, Drake. Drake's tough.
Mizzou. But Drake's tough, but Mizzou's tougher.
Drake has a tough defense. Mizzou can score the ball. If the defense wins out, we're gonna see Drake probably make it to the Sweet 16. I feel like Drake has the ability as a double-digit seed to make it that far. If they are able to play really, really well against Missouri, and then hope and pray for an upset between Texas Tech and Wilmington.
No, UNC Wilmington stands no chance against Texas Tech.
It's tough. It's tough.
No chance.
It's going to be very tough for them.
None. None. Texas
Tech. Give me Texas Tech on that one. Listen, Sean. I saw FGCU play Drake earlier this year. Drake was receiving votes in the top 25. We lost them by 3. All right. But they have the ability to score. Not very well, but they play defense nonstop. It was a heartbreaker. That is one of the tougher teams that I can see. The Drake Bulldogs, they're not easy coming out of the Missouri Valley. I think Drake beats Mizzou. No way. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right.
Anyways,
Texas Tech. Good luck. Wilmington, Kansas and Arkansas, and then St. John's and Omaha. So Kansas and Arkansas. I
go Arkansas upset here. I'm not confident in Kansas. I'm not confident in Kansas whatsoever.
Look, man, if Bill Self retires in a couple years, Joe Dooley is going to become head coach for KU. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Oh, this man's so funny as hell.
Said Drake likes Soldier Boy when I heard that. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. But
I'll go Arkansas upset. I think
if KU has another upset, I think Bill Self is going to have a conversation with.
No, he'll be out of there.
The GM.
Props to them for
in that athletic department.
Props to them for making it for 35 years straight, but I think they're early exit.
Again, I mean, they've had the early exits in the past, and it's pissed a lot of people off at KU. But when Bill Self's ready, he's going to hand the reins off to Joe Dooley, and Joe Dooley's going to take them, and he's going to take them to.
That's a hot take. Wow. Okay.
Clip that. And then St. John's.
St. John wins a doozy. They win a doozy.
Do you have the video, E? Of Rick Pitino? Yeah, let's go. Let's pull that up real quick.
I guess this is the video you just sent me.
Oh, that's not the video. That's the video of Maryland.
No, the one you just said for show is not the Maryland video. It's St. John's.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. That is the St. John's one. Go ahead and pull that.
So is that what you want me to play?
Yeah.
Coach, how do you celebrate tonight?
I'm going to drink a quart of Jameson's.
No. St. Patty's Day.
For you.
A quart, huh?
Listen,
you got St. John's. That's crazy.
You got Rick Pitino laughing and hanging out and cracking jokes. He's having a great freaking time in New York City. St. John's is my Final Four pick out of this out of there, and they are my sneaky NCAA champion.
I'm sure that makes Sean so happy to hear that.
Now, as far as my actual bracket pick, you're gonna have to see when that bracket comes out. By the way, we're gonna throw it out to you guys in the chat. We will get the link out to you guys if you want to join. Just let us know in the chat. Some way that we will message you on the side to get you a link. Ooh. So I got St. John's. Give me Houston. Give me Michigan State. And give me Duke. That's my Final Four. That's it. Got Duke, Michigan State, Houston, St. John's. E, who you got?
Yeah, go ahead, E.
Got Maryland, and Maryland.
Disqualified. But anyways, Matty, who you got for your Final Four?
I'll go Duke, Tennessee, St. John's.
Do not make me call your government name. Oh my goodness.
Who, me? Wait, who is she talking about?
You're the only one talking.
Comment real quick. Pull up a comment. Subway the rest of them.
Okay, so I said Duke, Tennessee, St. John's, and I don't know. Auburn.
Let
That's
me
interesting.
actually watch some of the games this weekend, and then I'll let y'all know because I don't know any of these fucking teams. My initial rounds are gonna be just me guessing. But
hold on.
Ain't nobody worried about your damn Duke. Duke ain't winning it. It's gonna be Maryland. That's it.
Duke is not going to take it. I'll tell you that right now.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight.
If Cooper Flag gets injured this weekend in the first or second rounds,
Danielle over TikTok says, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck about Maryland.
They are not winning a national title." So, I think Duke should be able to make it if Cooper Flag is definitely fine. No respect for Norfolk State yet. They play in the freaking MEAC. Who gives a shit about the MEAC? Nobody.
Who gives a shit about the ASUN? Get out of here.
I give a shit, brother. But who gives a shit in here?
No blanket. That's
nobody.
I can't sleep.
I miss the times. I miss the times when Tessa was in here threatening the couch.
Dang.
Anyways,
no blanket. Ain't nobody.
No blanket's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't shiver, man. That's crazy.
Real quick.
There's still some games left.
We got a couple games left. Illinois is going to be facing off against the winner between Texas and Xavier. Give me the horns. Give me the horns in the 11-11 matchup. Give me the Illini over whoever it is that they're going to face, because Texas, they can't do shit.
I don't know.
They can't do shit.
I don't know. I wouldn't sleep on Texas.
Although Xavier did have a couple of upsets. That's it. So,
Okay, Kentucky, Troy. Kentucky number 3 against number 14 Troy. Kentucky wins in a doozy.
Yeah.
They got a very their story is crazy. They got pretty much a brand new team, brand new coach, no returning players from last year. It's amazing they're a 3 seed. So I think they'll make it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
How in the hell do you not have any return? That's crazy.
Yeah. So NIL.
You know why? NIL.
NIL.
That's crazy, bro.
It makes it easy to buy matchup or buy teams now.
Oh, Ninja said no. That's what you said. I don't give a fuck. Only Maryland. Maryland.
All the Southeastern excuse me, Norfolk.
Thank you.
To 8 days out of 7. Bullshit, Sean. Bull fucking shit out of that.
True.
Goofball.
You don't like my fingers? Is it the lighting, or is it just do I have weird ass fingers?
E.T. phone home.
E.T.
All right. Let's see. UCLA taking on Utah State.
Don't sleep on Utah State, man.
Don't sleep on Utah State. I will pick UCLA conservatively, but do not sleep on Utah State.
I will take Utah State. It's close, man. I don't see UCLA being able to do too much.
That is true, Sean. Yeah, you're right.
UCLA, are they in the ACC now? Or are they in the Big Ten?
No, they're in the Big Ten. They're in the Big Ten with the USC.
I mean, they have to face off against really tough competition. Utah State, man, just give me Utah State. Who you got? If you got anybody.
The only one I've ever actually watched play is Utah State, so I'll go with them.
Hell yeah.
Fair enough.
And the last one in the bracket, you got Tennessee taking on Wofford. Wofford coming out of the SoCon.
Go Vols.
Wofford is sneaky. Yeah. The SoCon is tough. Typically, I mean, they have produced tough upsets before, including that Duke Mercer upset back in 2014. Back when Mike Krzyzewski went into the locker room afterwards and gave a congratulations to the Mercer men's basketball team and told them that they were a hell of a basketball team and that they could play against Tennessee. They fought hard against Tennessee that game in the round of 32, but they lost.
Danielle says go Vols.
I really think Wofford's tough, man. I mean, because they can shoot the 3. If they play tough with Tennessee and Tennessee has a poor shooting night, it could come down to the last possession. Give me Tennessee, but they really got to watch themselves against Wofford.
I don't even know who that team is, so give me Tennessee.
Rocky Top, you'll always be. home, sweet home to me.
I've heard of Tennessee. I ain't never heard of the other team.
Good old Rocky Top.
All right. But anyways, that is our NCAA tournament bracket.
We will be posting our brackets throughout our media channels. So if you have any criticism, you are more than welcome to bash us for it. But yeah, and like Ben and E were saying, we did open up a bracket group on the NCAA official tournament app. So if you would like to join, you can let us know. You can send us a DM. We will send you the link individually. It is private, so that way we don't get a bunch of spammers and fake ass people in our group. So yeah, send us a DM. We'll happily share the link with you guys. And yeah, we're looking forward to it.
It's gonna be a great time.
Absolutely, this is very exciting. And yeah, so for you guys spending your Monday evening with us, we appreciate you guys. For those of you on TikTok, shout out to you guys. Make sure you double tap the screen, hitting that follow button. For those regulars on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, we appreciate you guys as well. Make sure you're liking all of our pages, hitting that follow button, subscribing, hitting that alert button every time we go live tonight. Especially tonight, we're go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Excuse me.
Yes, Sean. I will send once the show ends. I will send you like I promise, Sean. But yeah, it doesn't take the three of us plus our good old boys, Coach and Damien, who could not be here this evening, but it takes all the other community as well. So we appreciate you guys interacting with us, keeping the community active in the chat as well while we get this thing rolling. Ben, what you got?
All right, so I put 2 pictures in the chat, and I said that it would be for show. Something looks wrong with this picture.
I swear to God, if it has anything with VCU, I'm ending the stream right now.
It's not. So if you can pull up the NIT picture, if you got it, or if you want me to pull it up, I'll go ahead and I'll do it.
Just gotta tell me which.
Sean, don't you dare!
What color is it?
So
is it a bracket or is it what? You send them a picture.
There's 2 brackets in there.
There's brackets. Brick.
There's brackets.
This one?
No. So this is the CBI right here. This was last night's bracket. It's been fixed since then. But there's a team that is down here in the lower quadrant in UC Riverside. Now, go ahead and pull up the NIT picture for me.
Is it this one?
Yes. So the thing is, UC Riverside was picked by the NIT and by the CBI. So as a school, if you get picked in multiple brackets or in multiple tournaments, you have the option to choose which tournament you want to go to. No big deal. You don't have to pay any funds to get in. You don't have to do anything because the CBI, I'm pretty sure, is a pay-for-play tournament, just like the CIT is. Yeah. UC Riverside ultimately did decide to go into the NIT, but I think it's just absolutely hilarious that there's no communication whatsoever between the NIT, and because it's how the NIT and the NCAA, with the NCAA owning the NIT now, they changed the ability to pick the bracket. I was at dinner last night and I was checking my phone. They didn't even have the entire field announced until about 9:30 at night. It took a long freaking time for them to be able to announce this field for the NIT. Taking a look at this field in general, do you guys see any outliers in there? I think that George Mason could go really far. I think San Francisco can go far. Oklahoma State can as well. North Alabama, North Alabama's tough, whoever they play. Who do you guys see out of this field being able to make it?
For me, this is just, I think of this as the pity tournament. There's all the teams that couldn't make it.
I wouldn't call this a pity tournament at all.
I would call it a pity tournament.
Nah, man. You get to host on campus sites for the first round, which George Mason is going to be hosting later on this week. I believe it's either going to be tomorrow night or Wednesday.
They're hosting Wednesday against Samson at 7 o'clock.
That's going to be a fun one. Everybody that's at George Mason, go to the game, man. sell out.
They're not going to. They're not going to. You can't even draw during the regular season. You're not going to sell out. You're not going to come anywhere near this.
What do you mean they can't draw during the regular season?
They can't draw fans.
Wow.
You look at you watch every single game. The stadium's half full at most.
Look, because the first four is going to be going on, they should be able to draw a decent amount of people from DC to come to this game.
No.
Look, support your teams.
Thank you, Courtney.
It doesn't matter. If you're in a postseason tournament, you're in a postseason tournament. Now,
well, tell me how there's. Tell me
your school to be in.
Tell me how you have from the A10. You have Dayton. You have Loyola. You have St. Louis. You have St. Joe's, and you have. Is that everybody? Yeah, it's everybody from the A10.
How in the hell do you keep all this in your fucking head about who's and what? There's so many fucking teams.
Yeah.
How do you know that just by looking at this team, bro? Like
we both went to basketball school.
What Sean said.
Bro doesn't know DC does not care about George Mason.
No, no one
I don't think I know. I guess I don't know that. But look, here's the deal. If George Mason is able to consistently make a run to the NCAA tournament every single year, or at least every 2 years,
they're not.
I will be able to build a fan base out there. It's tough. It's not easy.
I'll be brutally honest. Both the statements are crazy. Because one, this year was just a crazy coincidence that they were able to make it to the finals, and two, they definitely don't have a fan. We don't have a fan base. Our fan base is pathetic.
Yeah.
Anybody who disagrees with me, anybody back in Fairfax who disagrees with that, but nobody. Yeah, Mason's a commuter school. Exactly. I was just about to say that it's like big commuter school, and they have trouble. It's been a struggle for years and years. They just cannot draw crowds.
Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. So,
I mean, it is what it is.
Anyways, the NIT,
it's a pity tournament.
It used to not be the pity tournament. It used to be the crown jewel of the NCAA, and then eventually the NCAA's own tournament took over. So, yeah, we'll see, man.
You got that right.
We will see. It's going to be tough. I think who comes out of that, it's probably going to be SMU and Andy Enfield.
Yeah, that's a fair bet.
I wouldn't be surprised if SMU.
Keep an eye on Oklahoma State too.
Oklahoma State is tough. Bradley, I mean, they play tough. That's about it. That's all I got for the NIT. CBI, I'm not even going to talk about the CBI just because my boys decided to accept a bid in there, and they probably had to pay like a few $1,000s. They should have not taken the bid. They should have just taken the rest of the year off and let the boys reset, refresh, and get ready for next year. They do not deserve to go in the tournament. The way that they played their non-conference and conference schedule, it was not good this year. That's all I got for college basketball.
All right. Well, we will check back in next week with how the brackets are doing over the weekend. Who is moving on to the Sweet 16? It's gonna be an exciting weekend. You got definitely a lot of great matchups, and it's always exciting this time of year.
It is. It really is.
Absolutely. So we are almost done here. We're gonna hit some. It is still going crazy in this free agency market here in the NFL. So let's discuss that before we head out.
Before we get there, I will say it was pretty cool that my high school won state championship in basketball. So I thought it would be pretty cool just to shout them out.
Absolutely.
First time in 29 years. Yes, sir. My team, my old high school won state championship. That's a low scoring game, but hey, fuck it, they won.
You know what? Win's a win, right? Exactly. Defense wins championships.
I
thought it was pretty cool. First time in 29 years, man. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we'll get right into foosball.
Hell yeah.
All right, so you guys, we talked about this we've been talking about this for the last couple weeks. We saw that Cooper Cup was what Cooper Cup was deciding. It was offered to seek out trade opportunities. Him and his agent. Fortunately, no one took the Rams up on that. So he did end up getting released I believe it was last Tuesday. However, really quick, Seattle went out and grabbed him, which is crazy that he went to a division rival, division foe. So that is definitely they play each other twice a year. So that is really going to be interesting. Staying on the top of Seattle, so we saw Seattle basically get rid of basically all of their key offensive players.
She swears to be a commander.
Oh, that's right. For those of you guys who missed the episode last week, Courtney was claiming that Cooper Cup this time was going to be a Washington Commander, and it was a pretty epic, pretty bad prediction, but it's okay. Anyways,
yeah,
it was more. I think it was more wishful thinking than a prediction.
Yeah. But yeah, Seattle basically went from getting rid of all of their offense to rebuilding it pretty quick. I mean, Geno Smith is not really a terrible quarterback. I think he was doing just fine out in Seattle. But then they turn around and they pick up Sam Darnold, which is a great pickup. It's a really great pickup. And I think that he can easily fit into that system there. They go from trading away DK Metcalf to the Steelers, cutting ties with Tyler Lockett, and they pick up Cooper Cup, and they're basically going to move up. We were talking about before the show. They're going to pick up and move Jackson Smith-Njigba to that number one receiver spot. And they also picked up Marquez Valdes-Scantling, MVS. I can't pronounce his name properly.
I don't see him being. He doesn't replace Lockett or DK.
No, he's not going to be a playmaker, but he'll be depth that the team needs.
I think honestly, Smith-Njigba is going to end up being your DKs in year one. Cooper replace Lockett, being a consistent older guy, and
he's from Washington too, not to mention.
And you'll have Scantling. He'll be the slot. He'll be the 3.
Marquez is very serviceable in the slot. He has been in the past, especially in Green Bay, and then a little bit in Kansas City as well. Kind of got overshadowed by Travis Kelce just because of how Kansas City runs their offense with their tight ends, with their tight end set in particular. But Marquez, I do feel like he is going to be just fine running in the slot for
I honestly
Seattle.
think he hasn't been anything since he left Packers.
Yeah.
Courtney brings up he lost everything.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Courtney brings up a really reset.
Courtney brings up a really good point. It'd be the Rams division to lose. Yeah, I agree with that. Seattle will definitely. I think it might take them about a year or so to kind of adjust with the new system, but
you can go ahead and clip this now. Cooper Cup has a couple of game winners at the end of the year to be able to steal the division from LA.
Okay, that's a good take. That's a hot take right there.
Let's clip it.
I don't know. I think the Rams on the defensive side, a lot of people thought that Aaron Donald, him retiring, was going to take a big.
They replaced a lot of good young boys up front.
They have
their pass rushing defense is insane.
Yeah,
them young boys.
They're no one to play around with. Wow, Courtney thinks that Adams is better than Cooper Cup. Give him the edge. Okay.
Devontae Adams.
I say
this is kind of maybe it's his last chance before he retires.
This is
in each of their primes, Adams was definitely better than Cup. But
yeah,
right now,
I agree with
will
that.
say though,
Adams
Cup,
ain't been shit in 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, Cup is able to get down the field and just be explosive. He's able to make explosive plays. But you have to have it on the deep ball. And with Sam Darnold going in, I don't know. Did Sam Darnold really have any explosive plays down the field?
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely.
He was top 5 in almost every important quarterback.
Yeah.
So
yards, touchdowns. He was
Sam Darnold's. This is Sam Darnold's moment. to be able to just build his own team from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
Come in.
I think that's why I talked about it. I think it was. I liked the fact that he was able to rebuild his image with us.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we knew that if we paid Sam, we wouldn't be able to make the free agent moves that we've made. We had
right.
We can kind of the thing about with us, obviously, with the receiver core that we have, you can kind of plug and play a little bit. Our issues were we didn't have a run game. No, please don't say that shit, Sean. I swear to God, I will not be a Minnesota fan next year until he leaves.
Oh no, he's not. He's not going to follow the Favre.
I promise. I promise you, I will. I don't even know if I'll wear a Vikings jersey next year if that happens.
Yes, Courtney, I agree.
I agree.
The Puka, yeah, that was a great duo right there.
Yeah,
I'm talking about even the new duo now. I think Puka
Devontae and Puka.
Is going to be a crazy duo.
Now here's a big question: who would you rather have on your fantasy team, Devontae or Cooper Kupp?
Ooh,
I'd say I've drafted Cooper Kupp.
We're talking about right now.
Yeah, I would say right now. I would still say Cooper Kupp over Devontae.
I would say Cooper just because of how explosive he can get down the field. If you need,
Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's really good at throwing downfield.
Yeah, if you need chunk plays, he's there.
I think right now with the lack of production for 2 years straight with Adams, I would probably lean more towards Cooper right now. But if Adams can get anything back that he lost the last 2 years, it'll be a Devontae Adams all day.
Yeah,
I just need to see what he does. Can he get that spark back? Because he hasn't had that spark in a while. He hasn't had that spark since he left Green Bay.
Agreed. Yeah, he went to Vegas and kind of just fell off.
So if he gets that spark back with Stafford throwing the ball, if he can get that spark back, it's Devontae Adams all day.
Yeah, definitely.
But right now, with what I've seen the last 2 years, Kupp is still more consistent right now.
Yeah. Kind of sticking on the Aaron Rodgers topic. So he's still a free agent as of right now. So what do you think? What are the top landing spots for him? I know I agree with you. I don't think he's going to fit that system in Minnesota.
So, I don't like him, but I know the 3 top teams right now are us, Steelers, and Giants. That's the only teams that people are really talking about.
I do have a picture right now just to show you guys. A little bit of question marks here. Just for those that like a visual cue and everything. I do think personally that Aaron Rodgers goes to that big purple picture in the Minnesota Vikings because you've got to complete the destiny. It's just destiny. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. But all right.
No.
Listen.
I don't want somebody who's
Time out.
I don't want somebody who's I just don't want a toxic ass guy like him coming in and destroying the locker room that KOC has built.
Now
he's built an amazing culture, an amazing team that would literally single-handedly ruin everything that's happened in the last 4 years.
If I can be honest, though, I don't think if we took a look at the ownership scores for the New York Jets and overall how their franchise looked, I think that Aaron was not the problem in New York. I think Aaron is actually okay. Yes,
everywhere that he's been is trash. He destroyed the Packers.
He's only been to 2 places.
Yes, and he destroyed the Packers on his way out. He single-handedly ruined that team.
Well, I mean, they freaking so
that's funny.
Yeah, that is a good point. But here's the deal, man. I think that he'd be a serviceable backup just in case if anything happens to JJ McCarthy. Because JJ obviously
backup.
Huh?
He has too much of an ego to be a backup.
He's not going to be a backup.
No, listen.
He wants to go somewhere and start.
I think if you drop, if he drops ego all the way,
he's never.
And he just says, "Look, I want to be a part of this organization. I want to be able to help grow and teach the next generation."
No, not with his toxic ass.
Look. I think you have to drop it for a second and really think here. I think the problem was that
in the fantasy world,
I don't think Aaron liked what he saw in the front office in New York, and he wanted to leave. I don't think he saw it because Woody Allen was letting his freaking kids and his grandkids make decisions. Help them make decisions. Who the hell lets their grade school children or grandchildren make the decisions?
If the Giants were smart, they would have listened. The GMs would have listened to his son. They would have drafted Jaden Daniels, and they'd be all right now.
Yeah.
So don't say you can't say
but
that.
But look, then again, though, Jaden Daniels probably would have struggled in the Giants offense. Excuse me, I'm stuttering a little bit. But
it's because you're having a hard time going between this alternate reality and the real world with this.
I'm in the real world, brother. I think y'all are just freaking out about ego, man.
That man lives with his fucking ego. That man is nothing but ego. He's never going to drop it.
I don't know, man. I feel like that he's probably gotten humbled in New York. He probably wants to fresh start elsewhere. Why not
Minnesota?
Why not go to a high-powered offense? Okay, that has been
because you have a perfectly fine quarterback. You have a perfectly fine quarterback in J.J. McCarthy.
Our team would be suitable for what he wants because it is high-powered. So it would be the Steelers. The team that would probably be the least high-powered would be the Giants.
Yeah, Giants have no reason.
Giants. I don't know.
I don't know,
if
man.
Anything,
I think the Giants are misfunctional. I think the Giants are dysfunctional. I think the Steelers. This is the thing, man. You gotta let Justin Fields have a shot. And Justin Fields
is gone.
He's gone. He's on the Jets. They have no. The Steelers have no quarterback right now.
Oh, excuse me.
They have no quarterback.
Yeah, Justin Fields signed the first.
And Russ is nowhere.
Straight to the Jets.
Russ is nowhere right now. No, you're good. So yes, no, I think Courtney, I disagree. I think that the Steelers will become desperate and they're going to have to get it. They're going to have to settle with him.
So I think you let Aaron try to teach JJ.
No,
for just a second.
No, he learned more than enough from Sam.
JJ was a pocket passer. Coming out,
and Sam wasn't.
I mean, JJ McCarthy was a pocket passer.
Okay, and Sam wasn't.
He was definitely a pocket passer, but
perfect.
Aaron Rodgers is now. He's old.
Aaron Rodgers is not throwing dumb picks in the freaking wild card. That again was played in Arizona because of the Los Angeles wildfires at the time. So there was no home field advantage for the Rams in particular. There wasn't necessarily a true home field advantage, I would say. But I think you got to take a look at Aaron Rodgers and you have to give him a real shot. Just give him a couple workouts.
If you're telling me he's going to the Vikings because of the legacy, you're high on crack because you can't tell me that when you just told me that baseball is dying and you agree with the
I told you that baseball was dying before the pitch clock, before everything else.
You can't tell me that, though. You can't tell me that Aaron Rodgers is going to follow the legacy, but baseball is doing better with the pitch clock. And
it is doing better with the pitch clock.
It's not.
Having the game go quicker.
No, it's not.
All right, Sean, listen. You just want to back up Matt just because Matt is one of your good friends. I already know it.
Sean's an older brother. Sean's like an older brother to me. He quite literally is like an older brother.
All right.
No, Giants or Steelers. That's the final two places he ends up.
He's not going to the Giants. Giants are way too dysfunctional. Steelers, I don't see it at all. I think he goes to Minnesota. I think Kevin O'Connell ends up getting some last minute news about JJ, specifically with how his ACL surgery went and how the recovery's gone. And I think that he gives Aaron a shot. Because Aaron has had plenty of time to heal.
He's washed.
Aaron has had plenty of time to heal. I think that he got I think with Robert Saleh getting fired in New York, really, really screwed up the Jets season. I think that you have to give Aaron another shot. Just one more chance. Aaron to the Vikings as a starter only. I think that he will. I think that he could start.
Then he's going to create chaos. Then he's going to create chaos when he's benched over JJ McCarthy.
I don't think he's going to create chaos.
Knowing his ego and knowing how big of a crybaby he is.
He's not that big of a crybaby though.
Who?
Rodgers.
I was reading articles. Yeah, he definitely is a crybaby.
See, thank you.
He's cried about everything, dog. I lived in a division where I had to hear his crybaby shit all the time. Everything that ever happens, he cries about. If I'm talking about just skill,
it's tough, man. I mean, it's just tough, because
you should just hang it up. I think he's done. That's my take. That's my honest take that he should just hang it up and retire.
Honestly, if you would have said this, if you said this 3 or 4 years ago, I hate him, but as a talent, whatever. We might actually have a chance to do whatever. Go as far as we can. Kind of like a Brett Favre scenario. Literally the same thing. I have no problems with the Green Bay aspect of him. I just don't like him. He's a fucking piece of shit. I just don't like him.
All right. Well,
my very first episode with you guys, me and Coach had a tangent about him because I just don't like him. He's a terrible fucking person.
Yes, what Courtney said is perfect. He's going to ruin that chemistry.
Like that, our chemistry is already going to be fucked because we're already missing some of the key personalities in our team,
right?
Because of the free agency leave. That would completely destroy it.
If you consider that let's just take this out of the equation. Let's just say that he is a toxic person, which absolutely he is at this. I agree there is some toxicity to him, but you have to take a look. When he went to New York at first, Jets were already a dysfunctional organization anyways, and Robert Saleh had a clear path to be able to take him. It got ruined on, I believe, the second or third play of the season on September 11th.
Here's what you're failing to realize. I'm not even talking about the Jets. That's irrelevant. I'm talking about him and what he did.
What I'm talking about is why he ended up leaving. I think he ultimately wanted to leave at the end of the season just because of how dysfunctional the Jets organization has been.
That he created.
And he wants.
Right.
I don't think he created that at all.
He brought in Lazard, and he convinced Devontae to beg to be traded out of Vegas.
He controlled everything.
You don't think Robert Saleh was the one that was calling the shot?
No, that's why his
Saleh being fired was an awful decision.
Yeah, it was a dumb decision.
Because
I think that
Mr. Rogers said, and then he got kicked to the curb.
I think ultimately that second half of the season after Robert Saleh got fired was awful.
Yes.
I think it was a ploy. Some way that they can move up in the draft. They could just ultimately just tank. They just wanted to tank. They were tired of just playing defense and no offense. So, yes, Rodgers may have struggled last year. I think he's serviceable, though.
He needs to hang it up.
He has one more year. Give it another shot.
Nobody wants him, though. Nobody wants him.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing to think about. You have Aaron Rodgers and nobody's jumping at the opportunity to get him. That just shows you everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's crazy because at this point in free agency, we've seen all these crazy moves, and you'd figured by now that he would have signed somewhere.
This is the first time he just sat in free agency. He went to the Jets.
It's a sign.
I don't.
It's a sign that he needs to. It's time to go. Yes, he's correct. He's not Tom Brady.
I don't know. If he does come, he better fucking win. That's all I know.
All right. Let's move on from Aaron real quick. Let's change the subject.
Why does this keep fucking up?
Oh, to TikTok?
Yeah, it keeps disconnecting.
Stay on the Vikings. Y'all lost your center today?
Yeah, but we picked up Joe Kelly in our free agency.
Oh, that's right.
Bradbury hasn't really been anybody special for the last couple of years, and he's been getting hurt off and on, and he never really lived up to the expectation. I mean, he was all right. He wasn't anybody like super special to where we should want to keep him around.
Yeah.
I mean, like if we would have kept him, great. It's like a win or a loss. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not one of them situations where it severely hurts us or severely helps us. It's just, it is what it is. But I think that Joe Kelly's gonna be better.
Do you want to talk about Mason being traded over from the Niners?
I like that move.
That's a very interesting move.
That is a really good move.
I'm not sold on Aaron Jones. I like him. I do like him. I think that he brings a lot of leadership and he brings chemistry to the team. People loved him in the locker room. So I think he's great for that. But he only had like 2 or 3 decent games last year. I think that having somebody else to kind of help power that backfield is going to be helpful. I think that Mason was able to step in last year when they had so many injuries in that backfield. He played very well. I think it was a solid pickup. I think that it's going to be good to have somebody back there that Aaron Jones can actually trade with.
Lean on.
Ty Chandler wasn't it.
No.
And, I mean, we didn't even really have that much depth in the backfield. We had we had our fullback listed as one of our running backs because we only had like 3 running backs.
Well, because who got hurt early in the season? It was who was it? Oh, I gotta look it up now.
I'm not sure because Aaron Jones was our guy, and then Ty Chandler was our backup.
Oh, but y'all had Akers.
Oh yeah.
Akers.
We picked him up, and then he got hurt again.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he came back for the second time. That was
because he got traded. Yeah, Akers. He's still on the active roster.
Yeah, I think he's just. I mean, he'll be.
Yeah, he's kind of just like
it depends. It depends if we did what we did last year. We only had 3 running backs, and then our fullback was a backup running back.
Right.
If we do that again, Akers gets cut. Ty Chandler's going to get that 3rd spot.
Yeah.
If Ty Chandler's is still there.
If
we go with 4, which we should, because I love CJ Ham, but he is not a running back.
No. Yeah.
I think that we should keep. I mean, we would end up just keeping both unless we draft. Unless we use a late pick to draft just for the hell of it.
So before we get to the Bengals, we talked about Joey Bosa last week. Got released by the Chargers. Kind of just cut ties with the Chargers. I think he was he went to the and there was lots of talks of him joining his brother Nick over in San Francisco, but he ends up going with the Buffalo Bills and signs a really, really hefty contract too.
But the thing is, they obviously let go of Von Miller, and he hasn't been producing the way he should. He was a good late down back.
He's probably the best. He's probably the best 3rd down back like in the game.
Yeah.
But I do think that bringing in Joey Bosa is going to be.
I think that's what that defense needs to be complete, and I think that's what will bring them kind of deeper.
That's scary.
It is. He's scary.
That actually gives the Bills Mafia something to like.
Their defense, their defense might carry them to a championship next year.
They just really need to figure out what they're going to do about the receivers.
They need to, and
that's their only hole. If they figure that out, that's fucked.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to put them as contenders next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Bills Mafia, mark our words. This is what you say?
If they figure out that receiving core, that's a scary fucking team.
Well, who they picked up? Who they pick up? I'm looking right now. Let's see. Josh Palmer, but that's not anything special. They let what's it? What's up, baby? I miss you, man. Who was it? They let Mac Hollins go. So, but they kept Shakir. Huh?
That's crazy because he was solid.
He was. I think he was like one of their most solid receivers.
He was consistent.
Yep. So right now they have Keon Coleman. He was a rookie. I think, he was the rookie.
Yeah.
Last season.
His personality was better than his game. His personality was great last year coming into the league.
Yep. Mark Cooper, again, you never know with him. He's going to his 11th season in the league, and you can tell he has some city miles on him. Josh Palmer, newly acquired from the Chargers. Curtis Samuel, okay, he's entering his 9th season. He's running some city miles, and then Khalil Shakir. That's
they
really
a terrible receiving core, but it's not.
I would say it's mid at most.
They just need to. They need to get their. They need a solid one. They don't have.
Yes. Yeah. That's why I'm surprised that Devontae didn't go to Buffalo. Devontae, or
if they could find a solid one, they would change everything because they have a lot of good 2s and 3s. They just don't have
I think they would have probably signed Cooper Kupp, but I think they were focused on paying Joey Bosa, giving him a lot of money.
So taking a look actually at the top unsigned free agents, at number 3 and number 4, you got Stephon Diggs and Amari Cooper.
Oh, so Cooper is a free agent this. Okay, so Cooper's a free agent.
Cooper is currently an unsigned free agent.
Diggs is not going back.
Diggs.
He's not going back.
Why would he not?
Because
he wanted to leave. That's why he left.
He wanted out. I mean, there were talks with him joining trade. There were talks that this was like way like last season. There was talks with him joining his brother in Dallas, but he's gonna want too much money.
Yeah.
Jerry's not gonna pay him.
Dallas will have the money for that.
I see that.
I mean, they have the money for it. Just Jerry's not gonna want to pay him.
Yeah.
Imagine if Stephon went back over to Minnesota.
But I mean,
he's another toxic
homecoming
motherfucker, man. He's another toxic dude, man. He was toxic with us. Do I love him for Minneapolis Miracle?
Listen,
I do love him for it.
Listen,
that was a crazy. I remember that night like the back of my hand. I remember getting pissed off and then happy to the point where when he caught that and we won the game, I fucking ran outside and ran around my yard screaming because I didn't want to wake anybody up because that game had me on edge. So I thank him for that moment, but that's all I can really. I mean, he just I just feel like with football more than any other sport, if your locker room chemistry is even disrupted by one person, it changes everything. It changes the way the guys play. It changes the ones that want to put the extra effort into it. Just that's like my coach, and the reason why I'm so on the fence about the Aaron Rodgers thing because why ruin something that we got?
Okay, Courtney.
We actually have a picture
Courtney.
Of that. Yeah, we have the picture.
Courtney, it really happened.
Go ahead, show it.
Now this is kind of a
D-Law's a prick for that.
That is funny.
I don't blame Michael one bit.
That shit's fucking priceless.
That's just funny. Someone spam on YouTube.
Please.
Yes. The spammer on YouTube. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. But
anyway, Stephon Diggs, I could see him going to like a contender, like maybe Kansas City. I mean, I could see his toxic ass going there, or maybe Baltimore, Miami.
Baltimore would be interesting.
Baltimore definitely would be.
I could see him in Baltimore.
They need some playmakers down there.
Yeah.
Help out Lamar. He does
need
a couple more playmakers.
That's true. Miami, maybe.
Yeah, Miami just needs help.
No, Sean, we haven't talked about the Cowboys yet. Well, the only thing we talked about was D-Law and Micah going at it on Twitter.
You want to go ahead and bring up Cowboys Nation?
No. Go, go, just do it for Sean.
Might as well just give it to you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
No, you gotta play the clip first, and then Sean will do it. Whatever. By the way, we're still frozen on TikTok.
Sorry, TikTok.
Oh, not on mine. I'm watching on my other phone.
Oh, Sean, they have not been them boys since the mid-90s. I'll tell you that right now.
Is this your segment or is it my segment? Thank you.
It's your segment.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Nah, man, Jerry's doing some Jerry type bullshit. We go out and sign Parrish Campbell out of all receivers. Are you joking? Parrish Campbell, who didn't do diddly shit for Indianapolis last year. Then we go out and sign Javonte Williams. Okay, he ended up being the third string running back for Denver last year. So that's not very exciting. And then Miles Sanders, what?
The Miles Sanders thing, I said Javonte Williams I can see, but I will say the Miles Sanders, like, what are we doing? He ain't been shit since he left Philly.
No, yeah, agreed.
Miles Sanders hasn't done shit.
He got paid money to go to Carolina and then didn't do shit.
Now tell you what, this is most likely Jerry did this because if John T gets drafted or he somehow gets, loses his mind or something, he has dementia or something, and decides to skip on John T when there is right there for him, that's probably his kind of a safety cushion. Now, if they draft John T, then they will happily cut either one or both of them because they're both still signed on 1-year deals.
Shout out Courtney for telling the truth right here. Shout out Courtney, man.
Whatever.
Shout out Jerry Jones. We appreciate you just tanking the Cowboys for absolutely no reason at all.
I just don't understand the way he thinks, dude.
So this is the thing about Miles Sanders. Yes, he did play all right in Philly, but then eventually he just fizzled out. Went to Carolina, took a couple years. This is the thing. Carolina Panthers offense has been tough. He's had a couple of tough years, and I think in order to grow through adversity, you have to get into situations where you have adversity. And Miles Sanders, taking a look at his stats overall, he didn't really run the football that much in Carolina, so it's unproven. Something tells me if Miles Sanders is going to be your starting running back in Dallas next year, that's going to be interesting. That's just going to be.
He's not. He's going to be a backup to if Ashton Jonty gets drafted, and it's probably going to be Javonte.
Yeah. So
he'll be a backup to Javonte.
Now the reality is, he's unproven.
He only had 1,000 over 1,000-yard rushing season.
Yeah.
Then 22 is in 22 in Philly. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, right now 11 touchdowns.
Last year in Philly.
That was his last year in Philly was great. That's why he went.
Yep.
He went and got his money with Carolina, but then he didn't do shit. He disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, he got hurt. I think he got hurt too.
Carolina was
but that wasn't the whole time.
I'm sorry. He got hurt last year.
Well, Chuba Hubbard ran.
Oh yeah,
because he took over that shit. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Sanders didn't.
Sorry,
do
it's
shit.
just a little hot in the house, so I'm just running with the hair. But Carolina was a dysfunctional franchise. I don't know why he wanted to go to a dysfunctional franchise like Carolina in the first place. It was really
because he wanted an opportunity a starting opportunity.
He just wanted to make money. I feel like at the end of the day, I know that he wanted a starting opportunity because he knew that Saquon was going to be coming around the mountain.
Well, I wouldn't say he knew.
No, he didn't know. He didn't know that far out.
No, he didn't know.
Yeah, I just
Philly
think
has never had
opportunity.
Philly has never had a weak running back locker room. They've always had multiple people.
No, they never did.
And they shared the rock until Saquon this year because Saquon is so dominant. They always shared the rock equally with their backs because they always had 2 or 3 at any given time that were decent. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to worry about that. So he wanted to go somewhere where he could be that guy, and then it just never fizzled what he wanted it to be.
So this is interesting as well. So basically, both the Panthers and the Cowboys starting, or I guess star running backs, have swapped places. So Miles Sanders comes to Dallas, and why am I blanking on his name?
By the way, just out there,
Rico Dowdle. Sorry, Rico Dowdle is in Carolina now on a 2-year deals. Hey, good night, Courtney. Hope you feel better.
I will. Oh, you got to pull it up. My last name.
God damn.
I will absolutely do that as soon as I'm done the podcast. But you have to throw the last name out there. Tell everybody my government name.
I know, right? What you got, Ben?
Courtney. By the way, back to what you were saying, Eve, where Philly has never had a bad running back room. If you go all the way back into like the late 90s, early 2000s, Deuce Staley. That dude was fucking nasty. That dude ran in, I think, like the only touchdown that Philadelphia had against Tampa in the NFC title game. I still remember seeing that first play and just thinking we were going to lose. We were just fine after that. So, but yeah, I mean, absolutely. They had some nasty fucking running backs over the years.
And I think this is a great way. This is a great way to end this show right here. We got to talk. We got to talk about the Bengals, what they did today.
Oh yeah,
we got. I mean,
I don't understand why teams do that to themselves.
I don't understand.
You're going to pay 3 people that much money.
Yeah, and you got to hope.
What can you build with that?
Right, and you got to hope that they stay healthy. You really do, because we all know Joe Burrow has a record for getting hurt.
If any one of those 3 go down,
oh, it's done. They're fucked. Absolutely, royally fucked.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's just one of them situations. And if you think about it, it's kind of like going back to the Packers situation when Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams did that shit where they went for all that money. That team fell apart because they couldn't keep all their stars anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We might see a downfall really quick here. We might see that exact situation.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bengals
having zero there.
They'll have to do what they did last year, and that's outscore everybody. The reason why Burrow's numbers were so high is because they had to outscore everybody because they have 0 defense.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the same shit this year because of what they just did. It makes 0 sense to me.
Because Hendrickson still on his rookie deal?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Let me see.
He might be.
Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be looking for a big contract here soon. I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was this year.
No, he was drafted in 2017. So
but he already got his money though.
Yeah, he's already got his money.
So technically they're paying 4 big ass players, big name players.
I don't know why.
You know what? I wouldn't be shocked if Hendrickson would want to trade out of there. The way he's traded, the horrible defense he has around him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked. And this is a hot take, and obviously a off-season hot take. I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's kind of like a Myles Garrett situation. He's kind of like the face of that defense, and then he has nobody supporting him.
Yeah.
But Myles Garrett obviously is stuck. We talked about that. He is got his extension. He got his $40 million per year.
Yep. That was the dumbest move that the Browns could make. It's by giving him his money rather than letting him walk. Browns have to rebuild, but you don't give somebody that is.
I mean, look, they did it with Deshaun. They did it with Deshaun, and they really sucked themselves in a hole. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, paying Jamar. So Jamar is getting $161 million over 4 years, and then Higgins is getting 115.
Yep.
And also, Jamar has 112 million guaranteed.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Ridiculous.
Insane. I don't know where the Bengals get all this money from.
Well,
I mean, as a Bengals fan, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that you
cheap to everybody else, and they just make their stars. They make sure that their stars stay happy, and
they don't even have good running back. I mean, Chase Brown, yeah, he's okay.
Yeah, they don't have a good running back.
Chase Brown, they had Khalil Herbert. Remember we talked about it during the deadline. They traded for him, but he's gone now.
What picks do they have in the draft?
They did good at the end of the year, so probably not very good. They barely missed the playoffs.
They barely missed the playoffs. They have pick number 17.
How many draft picks do they have in total? Let me see for this year. They got 6 picks, it looks like.
Okay.
Yep,
6 picks.
Man.
They don't have a 7. They don't have a 7th rounder because they gave up. They gave it to the Bears for Herbert.
They could probably make a splash and trade up in the draft in order to get a really good running back. Gene T, obviously, I think should be off the board.
You know what's crazy? The Cowboys have 11 picks this year. They have 11 picks in this draft.
That's good for y'all. Y'all need that.
It's good. We fucking need it. We need it.
But you just need to have somebody that actually can make good picks.
Yes.
Yeah. And you guys don't have that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You have to roll that dice and see if you guys get lucky because you don't have the best.
All I'm only doing draft night is praying for John T stays on the board. That's all I'm going to be praying for draft night.
Yep.
But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this has been another episode of No Rules, Just Sports, your favorite unfiltered, uncensored, and unbiased podcast, sports podcast in the land. For those of you guys hanging out still, we appreciate you guys, especially over on TikTok. Make sure you're double tapping that screen. Make sure you're following us and hitting that alert button. Alert button every time we go live. For those of you guys usually watching on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, we appreciate you as always. Make sure you're hitting that like button, following all of our pages, hitting that subscribe button, and also hitting that notification button as well. Sean, I appreciate you, bro. Also, I'm going to send you, once I get off, I'm going to send you that link real quick. Yeah, speaking of that, what'd you say?
I am going to play my Damien video for anybody that's left just because I just want to play it. But it's not going to play next show, too.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, you didn't get to see it, Ben. This is for Damien when he gets to get back on the show with us.
My name is Tyrell Chalk Hands Carter, and I'm a proud bronsexual. I think it all started May 31st, 2007. I mean, I had always heard of LeBron, knew about him, but damn, that was the day we really met. I start my day off just like any other regular person. I wake up and I ask myself, WWLJD, what would LeBron James do? And that's what I do. I mean, it's mostly basketball related, but...
Yeah, ever since he watched LeBron score 25 straight points against that staunch Pistons defense, it's been out of control. He's flopping all over the house. He really needs some help. Oh, just like LeBron.
It's my Black Excellence Corner. Honestly, I feel like they f***ed up his hairline a little bit, but I'm gonna get a permanent mark. I'm gonna fill that in. Man, at the end of the day, all these people on this beautiful gold and purple earth, we all witnesses. And those colors changed whatever team LeBron on. It was black and red for a few years. Look, I'm not a flat earther. I believe in LeBron.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my god!
I cannot wait to play that, Damien. I cannot wait.
That is Damien 1000%.
Definitely 1000%.
Oh, I wish he was watching, man. Hey, by the way, it is Damien's birthday tomorrow, so make sure make sure you leave him a birthday message.
Happy birthday to you.
King Roosa on pretty much all his social media handles. So make sure you send him a birthday DM tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But with that being said, yes, if you would, going back to the brackets real quick, if you would like to join our bracket group, let us know. Send us a DM. We'll be happy to send you the link to the bracket group. It is that time of year where March Madness is in full effect. So let us know. And as always, if you want us to talk about anything On our shows in general. We are live every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Let us know. We are happy to talk about anything and just about everything. So with that being said, be good to people. Happy March Madness. And if you guys celebrate, happy St. Patrick's Day. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Shout out Rory McIlroy. Shout out Rory for winning the players.
Oh, wow. Shout out to him. There you go. Absolutely. So be good to people. Spread love and not hate. And fuck VCU.